Hey everybody, welcome to Waterdeep Dragon Heist, a show here on the D&D Time Twitch channel. I am your Dungeon Master this evening, Trust a Flump, otherwise known as D&D Time Jeremy. Hello my beautiful chat, I see Sheba Blood Deuce, Matty Morgs, D&Ms, and I'm sure some many more of you lurking beneath the wonders of Twitch. I am joined, I say as always, but this is like the first time, so
Second
time. But I am joined, as always, by Kyle.
Hello.
Wait, I'm pointing the wrong way. Kyle. James.
Hello.
Crowley down there.
Hi.
And, of course,
it's your boy.
It's your boy, Pete. And yeah, I'm really excited to finally start some Waterdeep Dragon Heist. How you guys feeling? Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm really excited.
I'm also very excited. It's gonna be a very good adventure. I think.
I hope so.
I'm pretty certain. I spent so much time watching and researching this adventure. So like, I've actually. Yeah, I mean, honest to God, I've never run a full module out of a book. I've always run my home game.
Right?
Yeah.
I own all these modules that I've never actually used.
Ahoy, but is he a leggy boy? I don't think any of you guys are leggy boys. I don't know if there are leggy boys in this adventure. We'll have
Jeremy,
to find out.
we're the leggy boys.
We're the leggy boys!
We're the leggy boys!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
Anywho. So, D&D Time, we are a stream on Twitch. We do all sorts of Dungeons & Dragons programming throughout the week. Our premiere show is Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time, run by me and that goofball down there. The one with the shine, the glimmer.
The glint in his eye.
Yeah, where we run a bunch of one-shots featuring you guys. So watch that too and watch all of our. But yeah, we're really excited to run this adventure. Let's start off. For those of you who may not have followed D&D Time Delves, our previous by Sunday segment, I don't know. This is the same group from there, but let's take a minute to maybe I think we should make this a segment at the beginning where I ask you guys a very personal question, and you all have to give me an honest and truthful answer so that the chat can get to know you a little bit better. It's a very personal question. I've already thought of it. And this week, what's going to happen? I'm going to read the question, and I'm going to say someone's name, and they have to immediately answer, and then we're just going to keep going. And then once they're done, they pick someone else, and they have to answer.
All right.
So, the question this week: what is your favorite citrus fruit, Crowley?
Favorite citrus fruit?
Favorite citrus fruit?
None. I don't really eat much fruit.
Wow, none? You just none?
Yeah, I don't like lemons.
Who has to answer that next, Crowley?
Pete.
My favorite citrus fruit is, without question, the lime. Kyle?
I'm a big fan of blood oranges. James?
See, I was also going to say lime because Gin Ricky's wouldn't be the same without a squeeze of lime in there.
And there we
Jeremy?
go.
Yeah, but don't they also have?
You'll get out of it.
Yeah, you can answer the question too.
Fruit,
I have a really love-hate relationship with grapefruit. Where I love grapefruit, but too much grapefruit is very bad.
It's true.
So I'm gonna go with grapefruit.
With the question mark.
With the question mark.
But I feel like if I'm eating grapefruit, I put too much sugar on it, and it defeats the purpose of having a healthy grapefruit breakfast.
I just eat the grapefruit.
You should put salt in it.
Yeah, well, I'm dumb. And I've heard that actually. You should put salt.
Wait, is that actually a thing?
Tried it,
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Salt complements grapefruit very well, actually. But you don't want to go overboard with it. Just a little pinch. Just give him one of these.
Just a little spritz.
Just a.
I see. All right.
Yeah, you gotta animate it up.
Now that we've really opened our souls to you, chat, let's start.
Sorry about that.
What happened?
Anyway,
let's start Waterdeep Dragon Heist. All right. I guess the first order of business before we jump into the actual adventure, let's talk a little bit. Maybe a sentence. Who is your character? Maybe a defining characteristic. Maybe a personality trait, or something like that. And like, who is each of your characters? We'll start with you, Kyle, since you're up on the top.
Oh, sure.
There. Wait, yeah, I pointed the right way.
Sure. So, I am Ilaha. He is a nomad of sorts. Wants to know all the information there is in the city, all of it. You know, maybe for profit, maybe for personal gain. Who knows?
All right. And Kyle, you are Ilaha is a drow, correct?
Yes, a drow hexblade warlock.
Exciting. This is a good time of year for you to be in Waterdeep. We'll talk about that in a minute. James, let's talk about your character.
My character is Fildry Noenter. He's a Forge Domain Cleric. He's a dwarf without a clan, and he really doesn't like to talk about why he doesn't have a clan. So if you ask him, he's going to shut up about it. And he's going to challenge you to an arm wrestling contest.
All right.
That's how you get to know.
Through raw, just strength.
You got to defeat me. Yeah.
All right. Crowley?
I am playing Phillado. I'm a Tiefling baker.
Is it pronounced just Phillado?
Maybe. Who knows? Still working on it. And, I mean, his sort of defining trait is that he's got some serious anger management issues, which he takes out on the bread dough when he's baking bread. Yeah.
Excellent.
He focuses his rage into baking.
Nice.
Which is why he's a fighter. Right?
He's a fighter, yeah. He's not a barbarian. So now
he's not barbarian.
That might have been
Some
a
culture
choice.
here. Some culture here with the bread.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Pete, last but certainly not least.
I'm playing Tack. Tack's a halfling. He's a bard. He's new to the city of Waterdeep, and he's just very excited by the sights and the sounds of the city, making friends with all these kind of brave heroes that hang around the yawning portal. And he really wants to start a new life as an adventurer here. He's excited about the adventuring lifestyle that he heard about so much in stories as a boy.
Exciting. And so, of you, Tack, you're new to Waterdeep. Phillado, you've been in Waterdeep for your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. Or at least as long as, for a while now. Fildry, you've been here for a long while?
Oh, yeah, at least 30 years.
Excellent. And Ilaha?
Maybe
I'm sorry,
about
Ilaha Key.
Ilaha.
Ilaha.
I'm just going to call you
get
Ila.
It eventually.
Yeah, that's fine. Ila works. Maybe 2 years, give or take.
Oh, okay. So it seems most of you
relatively new, but like I've been around the block.
Yeah. All right, I dig it. And in terms of affiliations, Fildry, you're part of the Bakers Guild.
Fildry is not a part of the Bakers Guild.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What was the
How
guild?
dare
precisely?
you?
The
It's
Finesmiths and Locksmiths?
It's the the Glorious, not the Glorious, the some adjective of Locksmiths Guild, and fine metalwork.
The here we go. So you're not the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers. No, you're much more. You don't need to be careful because you're beyond careful. You are the splendid order of armorers, locksmiths, and finesmiths.
That's true.
You're splendid.
I am splendid. I put my all into my work, and I take any competitor and rip them to shreds that I can find.
And
if anyone makes this inferior product, then I'm telling everyone how it's inferior. If someone makes a superior product, I will begrudgingly accept that they have something good.
Okay. And of course, Phillado is in the Bakers Guild.
Yes.
No superlatives here. We're just the Bakers Guild.
Were there no superlatives? I don't really remember.
Just the Bakers Guild, yeah.
Of course.
The further down the list you go, the more like
outlandish.
Flamboyant. I think. But anywho, our adventure begins as our camera pans in and the darkness fades. We see little bits of snow falling. a little. It's just it looks like an early frost, perhaps. Snow just barely accumulating on the ground, not even a quarter inch. But it rests all along the rooftops. Those few with smoke billowing from the chimneys clear. But as the camera kind of pans throughout the city of Waterdeep with its fairly neatly aligned roads and buildings, it stops on one in particular, a very large and boisterous tavern. Yellow lights illuminate the wall with silhouettes of people dancing, singing, standing, cheering, and drinking within. And as we zoom forward, we hear the fire of the slight well of a hearth, the chatter and banter of everyone inside, and some nice tavern music played by a bard in the corner. So, as we kind of pan in on the scene, you are in the Yawning Portal, one of the most famed and prolific taverns in Waterdeep, known to really cater to the adventuring crew, the adventuring locale. And yeah, that's currently where y'all are at. Where do we find your characters as we kind of pan in to this very simple, relaxing, early winter's night?
I'm definitely sitting near the bard, sipping a drink. You know, paying attention to what stories he may be weaving in his songs.
All right, so the bard, standing in the corner, is a young man by the name of Three Strings, or he goes by Three Strings. He has a little tiny silver pendant, kind of buttoned to his red sash, and his otherwise simple kind of green and tan clothing, a green kind of tunic, tan clothes. He plays the fiddle with only 3 strings, which is kind of his calling card. And yeah, he's just hanging out, playing some music right now. You're sitting nearby, maybe you're nursing a drink. Is anyone else sitting with you, Ilaha?
I don't know. I think
that was a question for everyone else more than just you.
Well, I'd say Fildry is definitely taking up a seat. He's having a mug of ale, and he's loudly complaining about how these new cheap products that they're putting out on the market. Oh, look, you can just tell, you can feel it real quick. So you take your little metal shiv, you just clip, 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 click, and then he undoes a lock and shows everyone. Say, what are they thinking over there? Absolute madness. Keeps drinking.
You're mostly complaining to yourself.
Oh yeah, no, mostly to me. If anyone's listening, then I will gesture at them. But then, for the most part, just throwing my hands up in the air.
Yeah, thankfully, Ilaha, the way you're sitting at the table, you're kind of like back to the bard, so they're behind you, and you hear them overpowering Fildry. A couple of things are out of place at the tavern tonight. I mean, the tavern is chaotic. All manner of ridiculous people and creatures come through here. But a few in particular things of note. There is the head of some sort of terrifying Underdark creature, known to some as a hooked horror. It's got a strange kind of purple leathery skin going down to the neck where it's mounted on the wall, and a big hooked beak. It's up against the wall next to the hearth, and you can see tonight the mouth on it is open. There's a single table kind of off from the others near it, and there's a very handsome-looking elf sitting. Additionally, you can see in the center of the tavern is the Yawning Portal, a gigantic stone well, 40 feet in diameter that just goes down into the oblivion below. Apparently, there is an ancient ruin complex down there that only the most seasoned adventurers dare to travel, and few. Also, weird enough, the actual bar is empty. No one's sitting up at the bar talking to Durnan because
I was going to be sitting at the bar.
I was also going to be sitting.
Well, I was going to say because up on the corner where like the bar, it's a fairly short bar actually, but where the bar meets the wall, there's about a 6 foot tall, fairly wide for its proportional size, stone sarcophagus that's just leaned up there. It is sealed shut, seemingly, and is covered in what looks like dwarven runes. And yeah, it's just leaning up there. It's kind of like dusty. There's little bits of like dirt on the ground near it, where someone clearly put it up there, and some of the schmutz on it fell on the ground. but it seems to have, gotten some of the more normal patrons who shy away from the tavern. Durnan is very pleased by this. He's not a very talkative man. And yeah, you see a very handsome, mid to late 40s human. He's Durnan, the bartender. He's fairly strong looking. He's got a kind of chiseled jaw. I'll show a picture for all of you. But yeah, so you're approaching anyway. I hear Tack and Phillado.
Tack's right up at the bar, and he kind of addresses Durnan as he approaches. Oh, Durnan, it's so good to see you again today. It was a beautiful day this afternoon. Now, I know that you prefer not to talk about the weather, so consider it done. As a matter of fact, the bar seems pretty empty here tonight. You must be loving all the silence you got.
Yep. He continues to clean the mug that he's slowly cleaning.
What are you always doing cleaning a mug? It seems like you always just have one in your hand. Is that part of the barkeeper's secret? I've heard from other people that you clean the mugs so that way you can... that way if you're cleaning the mug, it always makes you seem like you're busy, and it seems like you're working hard. Is that part of why you do it, Durnan? So what's new? Tell me what's going on around the tavern today. It seems like there's a bit of excitement.
Oh.
Durnan, I've brought some bread.
How are you doing, Phil?
I'm good. How are you, Durnan?
So.
It's just Phil to you, Durnan.
Phil. He kind of just reaches out. He puts the mug down, reaches out for the bread.
It's pumpkin bread today.
He
In season.
gives it a smell, takes a bite of it. Not bad. Kind of puts it down on a plate nearby. You know he's gonna go back for it, but he wants to, that bite. Durnan's the kind of guy, he takes the bite and he's gonna think about it a little bit. He's gonna, taste it and
I mean, that's
how he
what I
feels.
appreciate about Durnan. Yeah.
Yep, just the three of us buddies here, sitting at the bar like old pals. Phil, it's good to see you again, too.
Who are you again?
Such a kidder, it's your friend Tack. We've met 5 times now, I think, exactly 5 times.
Durnan's rolling his eyes of why did you ask that? He's thinking, why did you ask that question?
Right, I remember you.
I'd be hard to forget, wouldn't I? Durnan, and I look up a little bit sheepishly, because he does know in his heart that he's not liked, but he's just putting in his best. Can I put in some food at least?
What do you want?
I'll have... Thinks down for a moment. I'll have a crock of the house soup. Give me a plate of the scones with the strawberry cream, 2 mutton legs roasted, sage, rosemary, light on the sage. I'll have an 1/8 wheel of goat's cheese, a dozen apples, need those for later. I'll have a pint of the dragon's meat, a pitcher of water. You have any pie?
He just kind of blinks once. Bonnie! He kind of just calls over, and a very flustered kind of barmaid rushes over. She is a bit confused and befuddled for all of the stuff going on right now, because she's the only one, running around helping everyone else, and no one's sitting at the bar itself. But yeah, she rushes over. Oh, what can I help you with? You were looking for some food.
Oh yes. And I repeat the order I gave back.
Right.
What do you have for pie today?
For pies? Well, first, I'm sorry, we're out of scones. But
I'll do biscuits.
In the morning. Scones are in the morning.
Do you have biscuits? Bread? Oh, can I get some of that?
Some biscuits.
Oh, biscuits, perfect. You're always the best, Bonnie. It's good to see you again as well.
Thanks. If I weren't so busy, I'd sit and chat some more, but...
Oh, not
everyone sat as far away as they can, she says, kind of looking at Durnan like, "Argh!" And Durnan just kind of looks over the sarcophagus and smiles. Yep. Anywho, that'll be... How many mutton legs?
2 legs.
There'll be 1.5 gold, I think, for everything.
The prices are so high in the city. I hand over the...
Beginning of winter.
Oh, not on you. Not simply used to it where I come from. That'd have been a bit over a silver. But The Waterdeep prices are ridiculous. I also just yelled down. I yelled down the way to Fildry. I'm putting in food. Do you want anything?
Yeah, Tack. Give me 2 more mugs of ale.
Oh, well, there you have it. 2 mugs of ale.
There's like a thunk as 2 mugs of ale just hit the table in front of you. As Darnan's like, I already got it.
Thanks, Darnan.
So you're walking over, Fildry? Okay. Ilaha, are you following? Are you
Nope.
following over the tap?
I am keeping post. Just kind of
okay.
now
you're feeling good.
With my back still to the bars. Obviously, I'm paying attention to them, but now I'm just eyeing the crowd.
Okay. Yeah. So, Fildry, you're coming over, and there's a little bit of small talk, and Darnan like extricates himself from it, and goes back to like organizing bottles in the back, up on the shelf, which you can tell he's not really doing that, Phillado, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, after a short time, Bonnie comes back to the actual bar. She's got arms just full of plates, which she begins to like put down on the table. She's a lot of food for. Oh, I guess if you're all having some. What was that pumpkin bread?
It is. Would you like some?
Would you mind? Just a taste.
Go ahead.
I'm quite hungry. I've been running food all night. He reaches over and just kind of tears a small piece off and puts it in her mouth. Oh, love the pumpkin bread this time. Shame it'll be all gone by next month. Anywho, I need to be going, and she gets rushes out basically to go and help the other patrons in the tavern. So, yeah, you're all just sitting there eating some food. Anything in particular y'all doing, or just chowing down?
After kind of the food comes, I go up to Fildry. I said, all right, Fildry. You know, I've been practicing for quite some time now, and today's the day! And I take my elbow and put it down in the arm wrestling pose.
All right, lad.
So as you put your arm
as soon
down,
as that happens, I snap. Like my vision snaps there, and it's like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, you've just kind of been off in your own little world, but then like, wait a minute, I like this. Excellent.
This is important.
Fildry, as you put your arm down on the table, and you're like, oh yeah, you're ready for this, right? You love this.
Oh yeah.
But you're looking right past Tack, and you can see on the kind of other side of the tap room, your normal kind of arm wrestling partner here, Yagra Stonefist. She's a burly half-orc mercenary, or at least you think she's a mercenary. And she's kind of on the other side of the cavern. And it's at this point you hear someone loud kind of call it, and she looks like she's like having like a heated talk with someone, like a heated conversation. And you hear one of those person yell out, one of the people she's talking to yell out, "So, you like killing my mates, don't you?" And he's like cracking his fists and walking toward her. And
my vision now snaps to that.
One moment.
And she's not your mates. I just like killing. And the guy looks pissed. He's very strange. He's a human male. He used to think he's human. He's got a completely bald head and kind of like an all-seeing eye tattoo on his forehead. You know, the kind of.
Have I ever seen this man before?
No, you guys haven't seen him in the tavern. But it looks like he's got like 5 other dudes behind him, who are like also, you know, cracking knuckles. One of them's taking out like a crowbar. And Yagra just kind of smiles and gets up, kind of stretches out her shoulders, and the crowd begins to just gather around them as a brawl just begins to erupt.
Oh!
I'm just watching.
I want to jump in on this on Yagra's side. If it looks like these guys are trying to fight dirty, are they?
Well, it's 5-on-1. That's
yeah.
the first sign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
like in men's school training.
If somebody looks like they're... I'm going to try and position myself in the crowd behind Yagra, and if one of these guys tries to, go around and hit her from her blind spot, I'm going to try and toss him down.
Well, the first thing that you hear, kind of there's like the din of like the people like talking, but then you hear a loud crack, and you hear that guy's voice, and then the brawl just begins wholesale. You try and push your way through toward the front. By the time you get up to where the fight is going on, it's almost over already. Unfortunately, you see Yagra has this dude pinned, and it's just punching him in the head, and he's just like trying to defend himself.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, you're like peeking out, a halfling even below the dwarf, peeking out beside his legs. Yeah, that's currently what you're seeing going on. But the other 4 dudes look like they're about to jump in. They have they have daggers, and one of them got a crowbar. And, what do you do?
Oh, that's Yagra for you. And I say, I'm gonna shout it. You want us to take care of the riffraff?
Who you shouting to, Durnan?
I shouted that at Yagra.
Yagra, all right. Yagra already looks a little beat up, and Yagra kind of smiles and says, "Yeah, and that'd be great." You can see one of her tusks is kind of broken. It's cracked.
Oh damn!
Must have been a pretty bad punch. The guy's got brass knuckles on, which little dirty for this kind of fight. But as you start to go forward and go in, and those other 4 dudes start to come up, you hear Durnan yell out, "All right, everybody, you get the fuck out of my tavern!" He's just pushing through the crowd that's getting out of his way, and he's yelling at those 4 dudes. He looks toward Yagra. "Get up!" And oh shit. And Eli, you're the first one I think of the crowd and Durnan to notice this, but you, about at the same time Durnan does, notice a large green arm reach out of the portal of the well.
Oh,
it's
shit.
kind of the arm is maybe 4 feet long, covered in warts and thin sinewy veins, and you see what looks like a troll crawling out of the well.
I'm gonna
troll in the tavern.
Start
get
making my way towards the exit.
Okay, you're gonna run.
Not run. I'm going to advantageously position myself for a quick escape.
Okay, so that's your action. You're gonna run to the exit.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else, all you guys. So you're all gathered around the fight. Durnan looks at the troll. Oh shit, troll! And he turns to run back toward the bar. What do the rest of you do? The crowd begins the talking is kind of gone, and it becomes just kind of panic. 3 Strings, seeing an opportunity, goes into a violent little solo. He gets very excited.
When 3 Strings do that, I look back and I like you.
So, all of you get to go. We can roll for initiative, actually. It's probably a good idea.
Ooh, all right.
Are we on the right screen for this?
I need to click on my token.
Yep. I say we're still on the title screen.
Yep, this is where we should be.
Hey, look at that.
Alrighty. So y'all can roll. I'm
That
gonna
didn't
roll
show up.
something else.
Alright. Yeah, you got a 4.
Yeah, but it didn't go on the tracker.
Did you click on your token?
Yeah.
No, it's there.
We can add you. What was
It should be a 4.
I'm dealing with it.
Oh, I did the same.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, you guys see, we're gonna use his head as the portal. So you see crawling out of, I'm sorry, not the portal, the well. You see crawling out of the well a big green ugly troll. Covered in these horrible leathery bat-like creatures. A couple of them are swollen, seem to be sucking the blood right out of it. But a few of them don't, and begin to take off into the air and head towards just the people who freak out and are just running in every direction.
That's gnarly.
Brutal.
All right, so I'm gonna roll for these boys. What? Roll. initiative. God damn it, I'm having some trouble now.
Roll 20.
Roll 20, everybody. There we go. Alright. Fildry, you are the first to act. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta roll for Durnan. Durnan's there. Yagra's pretty much out of the fight. She's pretty badly injured, actually.
Alright, well, start it up since I assume I'm
over here where Yagra was.
Yeah, I'm fairly far away. What is that, like, technical?
I moved you guys the wrong way. So, Ilaha, you're over here near the door, which is the letter H.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna just Sacred Flame that troll as he's coming out.
Okay. Now, normally, the troll would have some cover, but Sacred Flame ignores cover. So as you hold out your hand and the sacred light of your god shines through, the troll is going to roll a dexterity saving throw. And the dexterity saving throw is a total of...
jeez.
Your sacred flame not connecting upon this ugly troll. Is there anything where you'd like to move?
No, I moved from over by Tack to over by Durnan. And that's,
okay.
If that is, like, technical 30 feet.
Sure,
right?
Yeah, it's all good. Alrighty.
Since we're not using an actual board here.
Yeah, we're using a fake board. Alright. So you go over to Durnan. The Sturges are gonna go. These horrible bat creatures hiss to life. And how fast do they move? They move a speed of 40 feet flying.
Yeah.
Fly out and begin to attack people. Does one go after Ilaha? Let's find out. Ilaha, high or low?
I like low.
Alright. Let's see. Roll 20. Oh, you're good. Alright, so they just attack random people. Including a floppy-hatted man who, I think is familiar to at least one of you. You didn't notice him earlier, Tack, but you see sitting in the corner at his own desk, covered in papers. He's wearing a big floppy hat, trying to maybe disguise who he is a little bit, but now you hear him yell, "Oh no!" And you see a very famous person, celebrity in the land of Dungeons and Dragons, in the Forgotten Realms. You see Volothamp Gedarm, famed author and explorer. He's having a very hard time berating and batting off the Sturge. I'm going to roll for the Sturge's attack. Well, I guess that's the only one that really matters. The other ones are just attacking random people. Alrighty, we got a 21. Oh no.
Jesus.
It latches onto his face and he says, "Ah!
Volo's gonna die."
Help me!" So he takes 4 points of damage. Alrighty. The Sturges all go. Ilaha, what would you like to do? See some Sturges nearby attacking people. There's a troll coming out of the well.
I'm gonna shoot that Sturge that just attacked Volo.
I never rolled for, there are way too many people in between.
Oh, really? Like, I can't get a clear shot?
Yeah, for that one, he's on the other side of it.
And it's on Volo's face.
Yeah, it's also on Volo's face, so...
Alright,
Durnan wasn't on the initiative. We'll put him at 0.
Jesus. Okay, well... I don't really have anything. Just,
Well, is the troll taller than the people, or is he still on,
the troll has not crawled out of the well yet. You just see his arm coming out.
Is there any way... Can I, like, get up on a table? Are there tables near me?
Yeah, there are some tables.
Alright, I'm gonna get up on one of those tables and then, like, I guess shoot at the troll.
Okay, yeah. He's definitely got a lot of cover right now, but you can take a shot.
Nope. Not with that.
Ooh. Alright, a blast of eldritch energy. How do you fire your eldritch blast? Is it from, like, a wand or a staff?
It's the pommel of my short sword.
Oh, radical!
Yeah.
So it just kind of... Is it a shoot down the blade or shoot out, or...?
No, so I have it in, like, one of those backwards grips where it's like I would swing out like this forearm, so I point it that way. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, awesome. So you hold the short sword and Unfortunately, the table gets jostled and you almost fall as other people are rushing for the door.
Just, could you not? I'm trying to help.
All right. Tack?
So I'm very near to Volo.
Yeah, really, actually, Volo should be over here, probably. But yeah.
Okay. I'm going to run over. I'm going to run over towards Volo, and as I do, I'm going to call out a vicious mockery upon said Sturge.
Okay.
As I call out, from the portal there came a great surge, as the cavern was filled up with Sturge. So I ran to save Volo, who's sitting there solo, so I guess that this limerick's a dirge! And I'm going to, mock him viciously.
Awesome. It's a wisdom saving throw? That's amazing.
Yes it is.
Alrighty.
Oh no!
Sturges know nothing of magic.
They don't understand me. And I'm going to also, as a bonus action, inspire.
I just gets a free inspiration from that one. That was excellent.
Well, actually, the person that I want to inspire, as Tack looks kind of self-satisfied, and he just kind of looks over. Durnan, you heard that, right? And a bardic inspiration to inspire Durnan.
Durnan just kind of mutters to himself, "Oh, that one on 3 strings. Why aren't they killing the troll?" The troll climbs out of the well and it regenerates 10 hit points.
Oh boy.
It was injured coming out of the well, it was injured crawling up from all the sturges, sucking out its blood. But it seems to be healing up already. It stands a towering 10 feet. Of course, heavily hunched in the tavern. And it just, I guess, just stretches out to attack a random person. Oh boy. Commoners
Someone
have 4
dies.
We're gonna find out. Bap. And bap. Oh jeez. Okay. So yeah, a commoner dies. As one of the commoners just gets cut down. They fall into the well.
Oh jeez.
Phillado, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll go as far as Volo from me.
Volo's 35 feet, or about 30.
Alright, well, I'll go deal with the Sturge.
Okay.
I'll take out my battle axe.
Volo can't see you because the Sturge's up. Get it off! Yo, get it off of me!
And I will attempt to carve this off of his face.
Okay. Volo's just flailing, so unfortunately...
Stand still, man! I can't get the Sturge off!
That is Sturge on my face! Durnan, runs over to the bar. He pushes some people just on the ground out of his way, reaches down behind the bar and takes out a really big sword. And then begins to rush over toward the troll. He yells up, "Someone deal with the Sturges!" Fildry, what do you want?
Well, since Durnan specifically said someone deal with the Sturges, then I'm gonna try and sacred. Actually, you know what? Is this one just flying around, the one that's over by Durnan?
Yeah, it's just attacking random people.
Alright.
You see there's a person twitching on the ground who's lost a lot of blood.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take out my Warhammer, and I'm gonna smack it.
Oh, yeah.
Smacked!
Alright, you swing your Warhammer round and round. You hit the Sturge, and it crumbles out of the sky. Onto the ground with a pop. As the man who's lying on the ground, his own blood squirts all over him. The Sturge is dead.
You'll be alright, man.
Alright.
That's my turn.
Will go. This one sucks some of the blood out of Volo.
Oh no.
My hero!
Alright, so it's gonna be 5 points of blood loss damage. Actually, he doesn't. The Sturge does not detach. It only does 5 points of damage. The Volo's just like, ah! Yelling in fear. One of the Sturges is dead. But this other Sturge, the people have kind of fled, so he's beginning to head in this direction and sees you, Fildry, and the Sturge goes for you.
Okay.
What is your armor class?
18.
Alrighty. It attacks with its blood drain. It's
Oh, my
horrible,
goodness.
like mosquito-like proboscis shooting into your
Jesus.
neck as it wraps around your kind of throat area. You take 6 points of piercing damage, and you can feel it sucking the life out of you. Alright, well that Sturge is already dead. So, Ilaha.
Can I see?
I'm sorry.
Fildry?
Yeah,
Can I see Fildry?
Yes, you see Fildry actually pretty clearly now. Most of the people have... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. At the beginning of your turn, can you roll me a dexterity saving?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay,
On the
you
ground,
fall
I see.
prone. Yeah, because the table gets jostled as everyone rushes by. The tavern is, like, heavily empty, or mostly empty. You see, like, Yagra's still lying on the ground, getting up, like, ugh. But the 5 dudes she was fighting have bailed.
Alright,
yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
stand up. I'm gonna stand
Mhm.
up.
Yep.
And I guess I'm gonna shoot the Sturge that's on Fildry.
Alrighty.
Or try to, anyways.
Go
See
ahead
how
and
this
take your
goes.
attack. Eldritch Blast, a 14 against these boys? Well, I'll tell you, that just happens to hit them.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Big
3 points of
3.
force damage. You know what's interesting about that? That's enough to pop them.
Nice.
They got 2 HP.
Oh.
As Fildry, you feel this thing sucking the blood out of your neck, but then an expertly aimed shot takes it right off. It falls to the ground and just kind of flops a couple times before stopping moving.
Can I crush it with my foot as a free action?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, Eli, can you crush it? Can you crush it with his foot as a free action?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's your kill, so I want to
when
give you
it
the option.
pops off, I make eye contact with him and I just give him a nod.
Oh yeah, excellent.
I'll give you the thumbs up.
Thumbs up, foot down. All right. That makes it. Do you want to move, Ela? Oh, I'm sorry, you already stood up, so it's not like.
Yeah, I stood up. I have like 15 feet of movement, but I don't feel the need to go anywhere.
Okay. Tack.
Tack throws like probably an unnoticed thumbs up over at those two guys, and then goes, and then goes using my halfling nimbleness. I'm gonna try and like slide between Phillado's legs and stab the dirge with my rapier.
Excellent.
Which I will roll now.
All right, yeah, a slide and stabs right up. Go ahead and give me your damage. You hit him. 5 points. Yeah, you stab that Sturge right through. Your rapier comes like really close. It goes like right up next to Volo's nose and trims his mustache a little bit. But hopefully he's
Sorry.
like the left side of his mustache just falls off. But maybe he won't know. And he, as it falls off of his face. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, not a problem at all. And it's an honor to meet you. And as this
He's
rolls
looking
to
at
happen,
Phila. Thank you for saving me.
not a problem at all.
Oh yes, no problem. Yes.
The troll regains 10 hit points and takes a swing at Durnan. Ooh, alright, Durnan's pretty tough though. Right?
Right?
I hope so.
So swing at Durnan and a claw at Durnan.
Whoa!
Is he that tough?
Yeah.
Is he that tough?
So the bite is kind of rebuffed. Durnan grabs the thing's just jaw with one hand and pushes it aside. Right as the claw swings over and gets him in the neck for 20 points. Durnan's blood splatters to the ground, and he kind of gets knocked aside for a moment, but he freezes and then just kind of slowly looks back. Oh, you just fucked up. Get the lamp oil! Philo, what would you like to do?
So I guess I will make for the troll.
Huh?
which I can only get on. I can only get to there, so I'll throw a hand axe at it.
Okay, the troll seems pretty self-satisfied, and you hit it right in the side of the head. Ooh, 10 points, nice! The hand axe lodges into, like, its ear, and its ear falls off, and the ear begins to, like, twitch and move on the ground and try and, like, crawl away. But nice hit. Now there is an axe sticking out of the side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Durnan will go. Durnan takes his sword and seems a little pissed. He's going to take 4 melee attacks. His great sword.
Nice fighter.
As he swings a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's
very
tough, it looks like.
No,
yeah, he's a little tough guy.
He's pretty tough.
So no natural 20s, so none of the limbs come flying off.
You know, like
What's the AC of a troll?
level
15?
20 fighter.
Maybe. So Darnan's gonna hit it for 21, 32 damage. Alright. The troll looks less good suddenly under this barrage of blade. And just... And then looks toward you, Philo, like, maybe you'd be easier. Fildry, what do you want to do?
Well, since I already lost some blood to that Sturge, I'm not feeling as good. We're gonna give him another sacred flame.
Oh, on the troll? Awesome.
Down the troll.
The troll yells out.
3 points of radiant damage.
As the sacred light burns it yells in pain. But that's about it. Alright, you want to move it all?
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a bit.
Okay.
That's
It
it.
does not have 10 feet of reach, so you're good. I had to check that one. I was like, Alright, so it looks like you've dispatched the 3 Sturges. There are 6 more Sturges kind of flying around near the base of the well, but they're very fat with troll blood, and they are not attacking anyone. They're like to the point of bursting. Ilaha, it's your move.
Do I know where said lamp oil is?
I mean, yeah, the wall is lit. I mean, there are kind of lanterns hanging from little sconces in the walls. You can just grab a lantern.
I was about to say, I'll grab one and just... God, I don't know how far to fuck this thing.
You want to just tug at the troll?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I guess that'd be a strength
Here, we'll get a little
attack.
bit closer. We'll get a little bit closer.
Sure.
And we'll get up to like here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
just-
you're not proficient with throwing lanterns, so
I'm not.
could you just roll me a strength check?
Oh,
As you
boy.
huck the lantern at this troll. You slip on the body of the Sturge that Fildry stomped on a second ago, and it just kind of falls on the ground nearby
All right.
and cracks, but the lantern oil seems to still be mostly in it.
I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
All
right.
Turn.
Tack.
Tack, as a bonus action, can Tack throw a pen and paper at Volo, and just say, "Please sign this before you run, if you're gonna run away."
Volo's looking at all. His table is covered in papers. He's
And probably
back here,
blood.
like writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, my papers! No, I'll be here for a while. See me
Oh,
after."
That's good news. And
He seems distraught at all of the blood on his paper. My book.
Tack is gonna run up to here and kind of look at the troll and look at Durnan and then look at the troll, and then
The troll doesn't look so good after Durnan slashes.
he's just gonna like reach into his bag and just take out like a sling stone and just throw it at the troll,
God.
Awesome, go for it.
which I don't have written on my thing. But I'm assuming that's just a D20 plus strength,
Yep, it's
plus
just a
proficiency
strength
for
check.
simple. Yeah, so that's just flat then. Hey!
Oh, nice! Go ahead and roll me 1d4 plus your strength. Which
So
I think
1d4
1d4.
minus 2. 2 damage!
You hit the troll in the eye and it's...
Yeah!
And it looks past Fila and looks at you.
Well, I don't know about that!
The troll
has to get through me to get to you. So.
Yep, goes to
And
push,
Durnan.
goes to push through you two.
Not necessary.
Can you roll me a strength athletics check, Phila, as it attempts to bull rush through you with its bonus action? Oh shit! A 19 versus its natural 20 as it throws you aside.
But Durnan can stop it, right? He cares about me.
What can Durnan do? Durnan, do you have any
Durnan
magic
can't do
abilities?
shit.
That help this? I don't see anything actually. Weird.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good game.
I liked playing Tack. It was good.
The troll is going to swing one claw
Kill
at
Tack.
you. It's going to swing a claw. Actually, it'll swing a claw at Phillado.
Mhm.
So, Philo, this is coming at you.
Mhm.
20 for 8 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And then it's going to take a bite attack at Tack. Tack, what's your armor class?
14.
Alright, it rolls an 18
Oh!
for 6 points
that
of
doesn't-
piercing damage.
That doesn't even kill me.
Yeah, it just maims you.
Oh, my shoulder!
Takes a bite out of this poor halfling.
Oh,
and
God!
It's like Bolo in the background is like hiding behind his table and just gasp. Philo, it's your move. You just got slapped across your chest.
I mean, I gotta fight it. I'm in it.
Mhm.
So here's a battle axe. Fuck!
Philo, you're just getting thrown aside. You go to swing your battle axe, but like, when did you drop your battle axe?
Oh no!
You grab it, but your turn's already up. Durnan, I'm sorry, the troll needed to regenerate some HP on that turn. Durnan
Oh dear.
just kind of looks at it. I was gonna just throw you back down into the well, and then slash, and slash.
Oh!
Oh yeah. Oh god. Takes the
Pretty
troll
good.
into pieces, cutting its head clean off. You see the limbs begin to like crawl around on the ground, and
Wait, Jeremy,
he
just for the record, he rolled 17, 18, 19, 20 That's so
yeah,
fucking cool.
Durnan, guys. If you need
He had to warm up
again,
first.
The next
he needed
Brutus?
to- Exactly.
Each strike was better than the one before it.
So yeah, the last swing cleans the troll's head clean off, which he kind of sighs, sticks his sword into the floor, picks up the head, which is like the mouth is still like moving and it's trying to bite at him and stuff, and the legs and the arms are trying to like crawl away. The body's still moving. Oh, I was gonna just throw you back into the well, but now you're gonna burn. All right, you got the lantern oil. Anyone?
Yeah. I got you.
Also, cut the goddamn violin. And Three Strings just kind of. It's very quiet. The crowd is gone. The fire is still burning. All right, you can put the violin back. Three Strings shrugs and begins to play just the kind of classic tavern music again. But
I go over and Jeremy like, here you go.
Thanks. He takes the oil from you and he's all right. So this is how you burn a troll proper. And he kind of starts to like walk you through it, like, you know.
I'm
like,
paying very close attention.
Yeah, it's like y'all did a pretty good job there dealing with the sturgeon.
Tack is too.
Mm.
He seems to be appreciative. Your drinks are on me tonight. But
I'll hold you to it, Durnan.
only tonight.
All right.
And yeah, Durnan shows you guys how to like make a little thing to burn the troll pieces in, and the pieces like kind of scream like when you put a lobster into boiling water. How it makes that
Oh,
horrible
God,
hissing.
yeah.
That's how their limbs sound as they go into the fire.
Cool.
But yeah, in a short time, the troll is no more. They're literally no more. It's just gone. The stirred bodies. He looks down and funny. Yes, Durnan. You clean these up. Yes, Durnan. And she starts going and mopping up all of the blood.
I help Bonnie out. I find like
She
separate
insists.
rags and
No,
whatnot.
no, please. This is what I do.
Please. This is more than one person should do.
Yagra's like looking around, finally coming to her senses. Looks like they ran.
Yeah. It was a hell of a fight, though. You got in a few great punches I saw.
She gives you like that broken tooth smile.
Tack's gonna healing word himself.
Okay.
And then healing word Phillado immediately after.
Okay. Fildry still looks pretty bad.
And then healing word Fildry.
Oh no! Save it! I got me. And I cure wounds myself.
Nice.
Your name was Tack, right?
Tack. I'm Tack. Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
I'll remember that.
Thank you very much. That's really all I ever wanted. Tack kind of goes up to give Phil a hug.
Well,
Okay, let's calm down.
an unfortunate reality.
A handshake,
Only-
fine.
You find out really quickly, Durnan was only teaching you how to burn the troll so that you could do it, so that you could go back to not doing anything.
That's fair.
So Durnan goes back to behind the bar fairly quickly. However, and Yagra ends up going to sit by the hearth next to that elf, the pretty-looking elf, and she starts
didn't
talking
leave?
to him. Huh?
He didn't leave?
No, he's still sitting there. He seems amused. And they start kind of talking, and you see them, like, looking over at you all. And, like, you can tell that, like, Yagra's talking about you, Phil. Or at least you think, because she keeps making eye contact, like, looking at you, and then talking to this elf. And the elf seems, I don't know, kind of nonplussed by the whole situation. But, Volo is sitting in his little corner with his piles of papers, and he's just, just incredibly stressed out over all the blood and everything. But he approaches you, kind of taking off his floppy hat and giving a little bit of a bow. Once you've all grouped up, I mean, where are you all? What are you all doing once you've dealt with the trolling?
Oh, I'm attempting to down an entire cask of ale.
So you're really taking advantage of.
You said tonight only. I'm getting my fill.
I mean,
Okay.
I was also gonna go to Durnan and be like,
So y'all are all at the tavern next to
Oh,
the
yeah.
sarcophagus talking to Durnan.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna ask Durnan, it's like, can I get your finest bottle of wine, and also some
No.
information about that coffin?
He looks to you and says, "Well, on the wine, are you paying for it?"
I mean, you said my drinks are on for tonight, so
Yeah, our base drinks are free.
I see what you're doing.
I'll just have a normal drink, Durnan.
He pours you a mug of wine. The difference in
Take it.
cost between his finest wine and the normal wine is like 25 gold. So
Oh shit. Then all right,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
it's like
I will
silver
take-
for the
I will
for the
take
cheap stuff.
The average wine.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
drinking a cask of the cheap stuff. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I'm
That's what
drinking
he's
a
giving
cask of Rolling Rock here. All right.
you. Well,
Oh,
we call
man.
it Rolling Dwarf. But
Because after
Not
this, I'll
rolling
be rolling home.
Not rolling.
you,
now?
you asked about the sarcophagus?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, as you say that, Durnan just kind of looks over to it. He's waiting for someone.
There's someone in there.
He shrugs.
Did you say
Goes back
he?
to goes back to cleaning the mug. He shrugs again.
I'm just gonna eye down this sarcophagus for
So
a
you're
long
like looking
time.
at it. Yeah.
I'm gonna study the crap out of it.
Mhm. So as you're looking at that, and Tack, you're talking to people that actually seem to care, and everyone else is drinking quite heavily. And Durnan's really annoyed that there are maybe like 10 people in the tavern, and half of them are at the bar where he is. But a figure, you hear the footsteps coming up behind, and you look around and you see Polo approaching you. He strokes the one half of his remaining mustache and kind of adjusts his floppy hat, tightens a scarf, kind of tan scarf that he's got tied around his neck, and kind of gives you a little bow. Volothamp Gidarm, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity, at your service. I've, well, that was a pretty impressive fight.
Did you get a chance to sign that, paper?
Yes, that'll be, well, yes, and just kind of hands it to you, like, he was, like, going to charge you. You are all, adventurers, am I right?
No.
Of a sort.
Absolutely! Yes, I am an adventurer.
You seem capable of handling yourselves, and
mines.
I could use a hand if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, whatever you need, yeah. Well,
Do you want
us
to find a
adventurers-
table to talk, or?
we'll have
Perhaps-
to talk it over a bit.
What's the compensation for it?
We can talk.
You hear
I'll
what the
be
job
over-
is, first. Go on.
I'll be over at my table. Dernan, the best, please. He kind of goes over toward his table to sit down, and Dernan, like, raises an eyebrow, then reaches up and takes the nice wine off the shelf. The wine you were eyeing just a moment ago, Ilaha.
Indeed.
And he hands it to Bonnie and points. He, like, mutters something, but, like, there's no way Bonnie knows what he said. And, yeah, she takes the bottle over to Vola. And Vola seems to be, like, awaiting, hoping you're gonna come over to talk to him.
I'll go.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're the
sure.
first.
Yeah, Tack was trying to play coy and is really excited that Phil's going because now he can run over as well.
So Phil gets up, and then Tack runs.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I walk out the door.
Oh, wait, Phil!
Oh wow, a snowdrift falls and kills Phillado. Oh, great.
So, Jeremy, is Yagra still like gesturing and making eye contact over like at me? Like,
No, it's kind of hard to tell. She's talking quietly with the elf. The elf's talking like actually quietly. Yagra's talking like quietly. And they're saying like Yagra's like, yeah, it's crazy. My sister's boat hasn't arrived yet. I guess we'll have to wait until winter to see each other again. And things like that. Things that, like,
Interesting.
you might recognize as thieves can't, but you don't know what it means.
yeah, I don't.
But the
Well-
elf is much more discreet. You have no idea what he says when he's... The fire, just alone where he is, overpowers his words.
Well, now that I've had a few more mugs of ale in me, I'm gonna walk over to Yagra.
Okay,
see.
so everyone else gets up and walks toward Volo. You walk toward Yagra.
I have priorities. And one of those is an arm wrestling contest.
So you walk over to Yagra. As you walk over, the elf kind of cocks an eyebrow toward you. Let me see if I have a picture for this. I might.
Is it that guy? Is it the guy right there?
The guy right... No, it's not him. It's
This
not
guy
him.
right in the
No,
middle.
it's none of the people that are currently on the board for you all.
It's not
Are you
Xanathar.
sure? Are you about to say, sure it's not? Are you
Yeah,
sure
is
it's not
it this guy in the
gentleman?
background?
Huh?
Sure it's not,
No,
are you sure it's not
it
this
is not
gentleman?
that gentleman in the background.
It's,
James, you're not coming over to see yourself.
is
Cool.
it Thanos?
Is
No,
it
it's not.
Thanos?
It's not Thanos. Thanos is not there. Thanos was there earlier, but he left when the whole battle. No. All right, there we go. Here he is. So he is a very fine-looking elf. He look like this.
Hmm.
Ah, Davil Star Song.
Yes, that is his name. You probably know his name is Dabble. But yeah, that's that him. So yeah, as you approach, kind of cocks an eye, a little surprised that you're walking over, but he lets Yagra do the talking. And
I
what do
said,
you
hey, pretty boy, I got some business here. Yagra, we were interrupted tonight. Wait,
Yagra looks
Was
at
that
you
a-
and says, "Actually, I have some business right now. Sorry, Fildry. It'll have to be another time."
Ah, fine. Next time, I gotcha. And I'm just gonna kind of sad stumble over to where.
As you say next time, Yagra makes eye contact with the elf, who you haven't been formally introduced to, and he just kind of says, "Yeah, next time."
I'm too drunk to pick up on that subtlety,
Yep.
and and I'll sadly, kind of mope over to Volo
The
and
sturges are all
Tack.
gone now. They've been dumped into the well. It's actually pretty easy to clean them up because you just dump them in the hole. But yeah,
I look at
you all.
Fildry as he comes back, and I just kind of look at him, and I just kind of smile and put my hand on the table.
Ah, fine, Tack, fine. Let's do
Is this
this.
the kind of thing you want to roll for, or do you just lose?
I'm fine with just saying I lose. But James,
Okay.
if you
I'd like
want to battle,
I'd like to see how bad you lose.
Yeah, Pete, what's your strength score?
-2.
All right,
It's an athletics contest.
show me.
All right, so
Ah.
that is a 23 for Fildry, and a 15, which actually is almost the best you can do, Tack.
That's the
you get
best. This is probably the
crushed.
closest we've ever been.
You get crushed. You get absolutely crushed.
Yeah, Tack, I can tell you've been practicing. Very good.
Every day, I wake up in the morning. I pick up my big jugs of milk and I curl them twice.
Now, I tell you, you should try swinging a hammer. That's the way.
So as you're all sitting around the table with Volo, he's like trying to put the cut off piece of his mustache back on, but it's just not working, and he seems a little peeved. Volo, actually, I keep switching back to the wrong scene because I can't show pictures on this one. So here's Volo. He's Volo. He looks ridiculous.
I mean, of course.
He is a
What a
famed
hipster.
adventurer and explorer. Everyone knows about him. He's sold all number of books. Volo's Guide to Monsters, Volo's Guide to Waterdeep. Volo has sold many, many things, but a lot of his books are kind of out of date. He was a lot more prolific maybe 10 years ago. You've been waiting for the last book in his series, A Song of Acid and Thunder, for a very long time.
Oof.
Lol.
But
And we're never gonna get it.
you're never gonna get it. You've got to write it
No,
down.
it's coming, guys.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, no one believes him.
I heard it was called Doors of Slate.
Anyway. Anywho.
Now we're doing two different authors.
So, Volo looks at you all, and he says, "Whew, as I said, Vola Thampagedarm, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity. I trust that you've noted the uptick in violence in this city," he says, kind of like looking over toward Yagra. "Especially in the past 10 days.
I thought that was just how it was.
No, I haven't seen this much violence since I've been to Baldur's Gate. But I now fear I've misplaced a friend of mine amidst this odious malevolence. Do you think you could help me?"
What, you need us to find him?
Depends.
Pre-
What
pre-
does that
precisely.
entail?
My friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He has a bit more beauty than brains, and I'm worried he may have taken one of the bad routes home from the dock ward a few nights ago. Perhaps kidnapped, or worse, I fear to think. If you could take him down, if you could track him down, bring him back, or at least assure me he's safe, I can offer you 10 dragons apiece right now, right away, just for doing it, and 10 times that when you bring him back.
No.
10 times that apiece?
A piece.
Whew. Whew.
I mean, sir, I think you got yourself deep.
That's 110 dragons.
He takes out a small pouch that he has kind of tied amongst his waist and begins to pull out and count out 10 gold pieces for each of you. Gold dragons, as they are called in Waterdeep. And yeah, hands each of you just a nice little stack. Please, if I could prevail upon you in my time of need.
Certainly. We'll get right on it. After tonight, where the drinks are free.
I'd
be honored to work
Please.
for you, Mr. Gidorm, but could I
don't
perhaps...
do haste, though. He's been missing for a whole day. It was yesterday evening he was lost, and he was posted to meet tonight for his birthday.
And it's night right now. Can't find him in the
And
middle of
he's
the
not here.
night.
That is the best time to find him.
Why?
Wouldn't it be better in the day?
Well, I left him at the tavern. The
This
steward dragon,
Oh,
down in the dock.
Mhm.
For those of you who have been in the Waterdeep for a while,
Yep.
you all know the dock ward is like kinda slummy.
Yeah.
And especially in the last week, which 10 day is a week. 10 days, lol. In the last 10 day, it's been pretty bad. There've been like a couple of murders. Some like shops have been set on fire. It's been pretty bad. Like actually really bad. But yeah, he looks toward you. I'm just a little concerned. You really should have been here already.
Could you maybe give us a description of your pal?
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry. He's, as I said, a rather handsome human man. Early 30s, wavy red blonde hair. He was dressed fairly princely when I last saw him. Kind of, you know, the way those dandy nobles dress with their frilly jackets and gold trim.
Yes, the way those dandy nobles dress, I say, just staring at him.
He does not seem to get your sarcasm. But please, if you cannot go today, I'll have to find someone else. He says, kind of looking over toward Yagra.
Jeremy, just for me, can you just say the name one more time of the person?
Oh, Floon Blagmar.
That's a great
Have I
name.
ever heard of this person before?
No, none of you've ever heard of fucking Floon Blagmar.
Oh, Floon Blagmar.
And how do you know Floon Blagmar?
Oh,
Mr.
Floon and I
Cleric.
go way back. He's well, kind of a professional entertainer.
That sounded
Oh.
So
Oh. What are those? And I just kind of look at Volo with a kind of a wink.
Volo does not seem to get your reference. Volo seems to have meant something entirely different than it sounded like he meant, and you can see that in his face. But he's still it's covered with a mask of extreme concern.
Now, Mr. Gidorm, I was asking you this before. If we do this and we get everything all done and we find your friend and we bring him back and obviously there's payment, but perhaps could you write me just a letter of recommendation, just endorsing me as an adventurer? And well, if you say, if Volo Gidorm were to say that Tack is a skilled adventurer, then perhaps I might find a bit more work.
Volo responds in a way that sounds very positive, but does not say. I don't know what the exact words are. Volo has a better charisma than I do.
Fair enough.
Maybe, you know, actually, can you roll me an insight check, and I will roll Volo's,
Deception.
Yeah.
He's got me. I can tell you that he's got me dead to rights.
Well, we'll see. I assume Volo's somewhat charismatic, but he might not be. Oh, no, he is. Deception. Volo got a 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I could have had that one, but I didn't.
Everyone else knows that Volo's
Let's not be hasty.
that's true. Actually.
Nope.
not... Actually, is anyone else like...
Oh,
yeah, if anyone
I'm
wants to roll, go ahead.
Hi.
Okay,
Damn.
so none of you realize that he's like anything but genuine, except for Fildry. Oh, Fildry, you have disadvantage because you're hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, none of you realize that. Never mind.
Well,
Dang.
well, thank you very much, Mr. Gidorm. You have yourself a deal.
And I put out my hand.
He shakes your hand. His hand is kind of sweaty, and there's like ink stains on it. There's ink stains on your hand when you take your hand away.
Oh. Never wash this hand again.
Oh,
Okay.
you've got some ink on your hand, I say, wiping a napkin on it.
Oh!
He says, anywho, if you're going to head off, and he tells you that you can find the skewered dragon. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I should just move you guys to the map of Waterdeep.
Whoa.
Well,
Oh boy.
all right, so this is a gigantic map. Welcome
It's
to
a very fancy compass thing.
Yeah, right.
incredibly fancy. Let me. He tells you it is way down here. Specifically,
Could you ping that again?
I'm just going to reveal it.
Okay.
Well,
Whoa.
it right there.
And where are we?
We're at the yawning portal,
Oh,
which is
yeah, you
Not
are
terribly far away, actually.
right up here. Oops. Well, I got to ping it for the spectators. All right, so yeah, that's where you're at the yawning portal, and you got to go way down there to the skewered dragon.
I mean, it's
How
not-
long
it's
would you
not
say
that far?
that walk is? Just for,
Oh,
is there like a
wow.
scale on this map somewhere?
Yes, I think it actually is to scale with the tool. If
Oh,
you just go
wow.
down that way through the dock ward, maybe
Like
about a
miles.
mile.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, not too bad. Now, you may not want to just traipse down through the dock ward right now. You're in the castle ward, which is like a not much nicer area of the city. If you go traipse into the dock ward, who knows what you might run into. But maybe you don't care. Maybe it's a good thing, part of your investigation.
Oh, we could go up and around through
Yeah.
the trade ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that road is kind of a... The trade ward is a very safe area. Always has guards in it. But yeah, the Way of the Dragon, that main road, is kind of a split between the southern ward, the trade ward, the castle. It's just everything. So it's very well watched.
We had
Yeah.
talked about this vaguely last time, but we were saying that Tack lived on Spices Street, actually, which is right near there. Is
oh,
that
really? Where's that?
right down
Oh, it's
below?
right there!
You could take this called Spices Street.
So Tack lives literally the street over from where Volo was partying. Just, you live here. Volo's friend was kidnapped.
Yeah, so
potentially
probably when I hear
there.
the skewer dragon, I was like, oh yeah, I walk by that every morning on my way to breakfast.
It's a scary looking tavern.
I don't ever go in.
There's some rough looking people who go in that tavern.
welcome to the skewered dragon. How tough are you?
Spices Street was all a young halfling could afford.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the dock ward. It's as cheap can be.
Yeah.
At least within. I'm sorry, no, it could be in the field ward. That's worse. But anywho, yeah. What's your plan? Currently, you're all just kind of in the yawning portal, and
It sounds like we got a job to do.
Yeah.
I say we.
Sure.
110 gold pieces. Dragons. Pay my
Yeah, you got
guild
10
dues
gold
for a month.
And is the impression
Yeah.
that he wants us to go now,
Yeah.
or is he okay with us waiting until the morning?
He wants you to go
No,
now.
go now.
He argues, and I didn't really do this super well, but I think he argues that he was there late last night drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
so,
worried that his friend is dead in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah,
Why?
well, that, or if he was kidnapped, maybe there are people there who might know what happened.
Yeah.
Unless
Okay.
do you want to cross-examine Volo more, or are you guys
Yes.
good with?
I'm
Okay,
gonna cross
I'm
examine.
good.
Okay, so what do you want?
Why were you at the skewered dragon?
Volo tells you that. I guess I'll put the music back on because we're still in the yawning portal. Volo tells you that it's part of his route. Well, it's I frequent a number of taverns. You know.
Why that
Here-
one? The skewered dragon
What
is
is
not
so
a
special?
nice tavern.
What's so special about this skewered dragon? To
A
you?
dive. The prices are low.
So
You
well,
go
you
to
don't
the
seem
to-
cheap
clientele
tavern
is
to
so-
drink, heavily.
Is so unsavory.
You go to the nice tavern to celebrate a birthday. Come on. That's what he's doing.
That makes a lot of
Precisely.
sense.
Plus, between you and me, I'm a bit of a figure around here.
Never heard
A
of you.
bit more of a nobody down there.
I'm sorry.
If you know what I mean.
Your name is.
Volothamp Gedar, wizard, chronicler, and celebrity.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And what are you famous for?
Half mustache. Huh?
What are you famous for?
Volo's Guide to Monsters. You don't know Volo's
Precisely.
Headarm?
No, the only celebrities I know of are cooks.
Yes,
Specifically bakers.
I'm working on my newest book actually right now, Volo's Guide to Spirit Inspectors. Fortunately, the spirits part of the book is kind of what's drawing me to some of the less savory talent.
Is it about drinking?
Half of it is what's supposed to be. It isn't
That's-
going very well.
Mm.
He kind of looks at his papers that are now just all covered in blood that he's tried to reorganize.
I see. Well,
We should be heading out on our way.
Yeah, it sounds like. How handy is your friend at self-defense, by the way?
Not at all. He couldn't hurt a fly.
All right, that's what I figured. You could say.
My Volo
Alright.
accent's changed like 6 times.
All right, boys.
Happens.
Sounds like we got a job to do.
All right, Darren, and one further road, and we're going out.
Make that 2.
Darnan rolls his eyes, but pours you each a drink.
I slam it before I
You'll
walk
bring
out
in the
door.
mugs back if you take them.
I slam it before I walk out the door.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'll nurse it on the walk. I'll have a drink all the way until we get to the next tavern. It's real thinky thought right there.
Tack has scooped what he hasn't already eaten, which is actually a considerable amount considering his size. He's a little bit of a chubby boy, but he's eaten a mutton leg on the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, you got your one of your mutton legs left. Great. All right, is that y'all want to head out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the way.
Do we want to take a quick break, or do we want to keep going?
I'm fine. Up to
It's
y'all.
up to you.
Yeah.
Okay. If no one's feeling a break, let's keep going for now, because
Yeah.
there will be plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
So yeah, as the sounds of the yawning portal actually fade behind you, and you know, the yawning portal's gone. You open the doors into the.
As I walk out the door, I look over at 3 Strings and just give him one of those.
One of what?
The like 2 fingers.
Just a little salute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Green. He just gives you a nod. He's playing some very complicated music for only having 3 strings on his fiddle. Crazy. But yeah, as you walk out into the crisp winter air, you can see there's maybe 1/8 of an inch of snow that's accumulated. The first kind of accumulated snow that just hasn't all melted away of the season. It's very, very early winter. There's a bit of a cold kind of winter wind kind of blowing through the air at night. It's not awful yet, but you know, walking around at night in winter can get bad later in the season. Right now, you're. The streets are still, well, they're pretty empty. You see a couple wagons and carts going by every so often, but I mean, it's gotta be at least like 10 p.m. probably. Like,
Okay.
so it's fairly late. Most of the city's time activity has kind of died.
What
Yeah,
day of the
who's-
week is it?
I don't know.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday's
Yep.
not even a day here.
No, it's not. I'll figure that out another time.
It's Krill's off.
Welcome to Thirds Day. It's the 3rd day of the week.
Thursday.
Second day.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it actually kind of works, huh?
Yeah, that's not bad.
So yeah, y'all walk out. It's chilly with a little bit of wind.
Hey.
Where you going? Which route you taking?
All right, boys. How do we want to get there?
We can just take Snail Street all the way down. It's right there.
Yeah, you can take Snail Street onto Phillado Lane and then curve down through the back roads to get there. It's like the path I walk every day.
So y'all heading down Snail Street?
We're going to walk through
if this tiny halfling can walk these streets every day and be fine, I'm
I'm
pretty sure we'll be
every single
okay.
time.
He
I'm
walks
terrified
a
always.
day, though. We're walking in the night down
Yeah,
Snail Street.
I don't go out after 9 if I can help it.
So as you guys you're walking the first way, kind of going down here, away from the yawning portal. Can you guys see my marker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, and you get to like here, and you're like, which way do we want to go? And you're having this conversation, and it's as you kind of get onto Snail Street. I'm wondering, what's the order you're walking in? Are you just kind of walking all together? Is someone like leading the way?
I feel like it's like a hodgepodge group.
Okay, yeah.
Just like a clump.
Rolling the perfect line.
Can all of you give me a dexterity saving throw, then? As you're all just kind of walking in a big kind of puddle.
Oops.
All right.
Maybe.
So we have a 10 from Fildry, a 20 from Tack, a 13 from Phillado, and a 15 from Ilaha. All right. So unfortunately, Fildry, I guess you're like the furthest south along towards Snail Street because you want to just walk straight down.
Yeah.
Fastest way, straight shot mostly. And you're the last one to notice the sudden like of horses' hooves smacking on the cobbles, kind of maybe the sounds of 3 strings kind of fading in the background, and everyone else sees and just leaps out of the way as a wagon, a carriage is just flying down the road. Fildry, it hits you.
No.
So you're gonna take
Dead.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch!
As you get thrown back and knocked prone, the carriage is gonna boom, boom. You get hit under the carriage, so the first wheel goes over you. That's that 5 points. Can you roll me another dex saving throw? Right. You manage to like roll out of the way so the back wheels don't hit you. The carriage rips on by. What are all of your passive perceptions?
12.
9.
Oh, your ale. Your ale's
12.
got just ruined.
Yeah.
I think it was flat 10. Yeah, flat 10.
Okay, 12 or higher. You all notice it's a carriage. It's like a noble carriage, but it looks like on the sides where there'd be like maybe like a noble's house sigil or something.
Yeah.
It's smeared out. It looks like it's been painted over with brown paint.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that happens if like a noble house goes.
At all?
Yeah, if like a noble house goes under, right? They might sell their personal carriage to just carriage people's guild, and this would happen, or it could be something else. But it flies by. There's a bit of a bump, and you notice a small kind of object fall out and fall into the snow. You see a second carriage ripping by close on their tail to just get out of the way.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay, you crawl out off the side of the road.
I'm making sure to like watch that thing that I watched fall into the snow to make sure it stays there, so I can go pick it up after this carriage goes by.
Yeah, that second carriage rips by. It is a bright red carriage with like very, very bizarre green trim. It looks hideous. You've never seen it before, and it just rips down after the other cart. There's like a hard skid on Soothsayer's Way down toward the Way of the Dragon, and they disappear out of sight. There's some crazy chase going down. And like that, silent. Again, just the wind and Fildry's moans of agony and sadness.
Oh, I didn't even see the house crest on that carriage. I won't know what noble to pay me back for my free ale.
Don't worry about it, Fildry. There wasn't.
Fildry,
even
I got
worse.
some bad news. The mug was destroyed.
Oh.
Turnan's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
All right.
In a mug.
I gotta steal one from the skewered dragon.
He'll know
Any
it's
mug
not
you
his,
get at
but-
any mug you get at the Skewered Dragon, it's probably just going to be like a skull with a handle on it. I'm exaggerating, but it's not good in there.
Well,
Have you been in there?
No.
You just saw the burly-looking sailors going in, and you're like, "Oh, I'm not going there."
No, sir.
Anyways,
And then you probably saw Floon going into the yawning portal one time and decided, "Oh, that's safe." You just didn't know it was Floon. Just looked so.
He looked like
not
someone
dangerous.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I'm gonna go pick up that shiny object.
Yeah, it's not shiny so much. You walk over and you clear the snow away, and it is strange. It's about maybe the size of a ping pong ball.
Okay.
Perfectly spherical like a ping pong ball, but it's made of a kind of weird grayish blue green rock. Almost like it looks almost like seawater. But it is perfectly smooth and solid. In terms of its color, it looks like. Right?
Have any of you boys ever seen something like this before? I show them the rock.
Nope.
Interesting. Can I take a look at it?
It's pretty.
And can I attempt to use my stone cunning?
Sure.
So I
roll me a history check.
I am proficient.
Or
No. I add my proficiency bonus twice.
Okay, yeah.
Instead,
Cool.
so technically I should roll this like I have extra expertise. Just add an extra 2 to it.
Wow.
So that's going to be a 23.
All right, you can tell without a doubt this was not a natural stone. This is something of magical creation. It may be magical, but it's not something natural by any means.
Yeah, that's 100% crafted. But I wonder.
As you say wonder, you hear like echoing very quietly in the night air the word wonder. You're the only one who hears it. It's super quiet, almost like a whisper.
Interesting. Well, you know what? I think now can I cast identify while we're walking, or do I have to set that up?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, sure. I mean,
All right.
do you tell anyone you heard this sound, or do you just kind of assume it's a natural act?
Well, I just kind of like look around, like, Did you hear that?
Hear what, Fildry?
Wonder.
It wasn't me.
Yes, you said wonder.
Yeah, you said that.
No, and then, all right. Let's be on our way.
Fildry, you drunk?
And
so Fildry, you're like, what? How do you cast identify? You take out a little pearl, or like, what is this?
okay, so one object I must touch throughout the casting. Yeah, a pearl worth at least. Oh wait, I don't have a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces right now.
No, you don't.
Ha!
You're like, shit, where did I put it? Must have
well,
lost it.
Hold on to this. I think
I'll keep it safe.
Yeah. I think it could be something that's... It's too pretty to be a normal just marble, you know?
I agree.
But
so you now have the little
Are you
circle?
implying that this is some type of magical artifact?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
I haven't seen any of those yet. I heard that those are around here, though.
They are.
I'm looking forward to looking at that someday in a bit more detail. That's all. I'm just very excited about it.
Right. Let us be on our way.
How commonplace are magic items in Waterdeep?
I mean, they're fairly common. There are lots of wizards and enchanters and magicians. There's no like, magic item shop. Buy your magic items here. But plenty of oddities shops sell little trinkets.
Okay.
This could be a little trinket, but normally those kind of things are very obvious in what they do, unless it's like a cheat marble. It's kind of big for a marble.
Yeah, it's like a ping pong ball, so...
Yeah.
Well, shall we? Away,
Shall.
Very good.
Okay. All right, you start heading down Snail Street. As you're heading down Snail Street, you're walking along, and it's not too bad with the
What's the
little
lighting
bit of wind.
situation on Snail Street?
It's dark. So a lot of these streets have little lanterns that have been set up with continual flame spells set up by the city. And that's great. It's really wonderful right up until you get to right here and enter the dock ward, in which case all of them have been smashed and the continual flame stolen.
Oh, jeez. All right.
So
when it gets to like the dark, I'm gonna cast dancing lights. And just have it be like orbs kind of surrounding us.
Sure.
That's about
Very beautiful.
So it goes from being like nice and fairly bright actually to suddenly you're just surrounded by these tiny little motes of light. There's darkness. You can kind of see the silhouettes of the buildings for those without dark vision. And as you're kind of walking down Snail Street, you get to right about... Oh, I gotta get the ping. You get to right around here.
Huh?
That little intersection of Fish Street and Snail Street.
Yep.
And as you're approaching, you can see up ahead there's more lights. Torchlight, actually. Very clearly torchlight. You hear voices of people calling to each other, talking. But yeah, there's some sort of commotion going on up ahead. You see a couple of stopped wagons. And yeah, it's just kind of like, it's as you turn the corner, continue going down Snail Street, you run it, you notice.
They're at the corner?
They're a little bit, I mean, they're like probably right here.
Okay.
So it's like you couldn't see them coming straight down.
Okay. When I start to see them, I'm gonna kill the lights.
Sure.
You're like, hey! Oh, wait, no, I have dark vision. I don't care.
Dark vision.
Yeah, I mean, how far are you away? You're like, what, 300 feet probably? They may not have noticed you. But yeah, you see like 5 or 6 carts. Not even carts, like carriages, actually.
I kind of like try and stop the group, like, maybe we should find another way around.
Wait, but what if one of them's the one that run me over? Let's go take a look.
I can almost guarantee they're not. They were going the other direction.
They were going the opposite direction, and they were going very fast, and we could just kind of go down the side, but the side streets are scary, too. There's always... It really doesn't matter. There's going to be something scary no matter which way we go.
So, Jeremy, just for clarification, are they, like, in here? Or are they, like... Okay, they were, like...
I'll mark,
yeah, they're on the street.
Where they are for you.
Okay,
They are, like...
Well, I'm just trying to see if they're before
blocking
or after
the road
this
right
fork.
here.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, and it seems they are definitely blocking the road with their wagon. There's no doubt that that's what they're... But there's also a lot of torchlight and a lot of commotion, so it's kind of hard to tell. Again,
it's like, so you're saying it's like a blockade, like...
Yeah, almost.
Like actively blocking.
Yeah, it'd be hard to like get a cart through. If you could walk through, no problem. But you'd have to smash through carts to get.
With another.
With a cart. Sorry, what was the highest pass perception? 13?
12.
Well, all right, cool. Yep. So that's what you see. Do you approach them? Do you go around?
I mean,
just walk through real quick. Keep our heads down.
I mean, it might just be easier for us to cut down this Troll Crook alley over here.
I never gone down that one.
Sketchy alley.
I never gone down that one
looking.
Because it's called Troll Crook.
I've had enough trolls for the night. I think we should just keep going.
I think we just keep our heads down. Walk around. If anyone says anything to us, we say, "Have a nice night."
Damn it! The troll ripped my shirt.
Just want me to fix it?
No, it's fine.
I have.
It's fine.
I can do it.
No, it's fine.
I don't understand why you're being so difficult. I could just fix your shirt. It would take me just an instant.
Fine, do it. Just do it.
Alright, I cast mending on its shirt.
Okay. You mend his shirt, and as you look down, Phillado, it seems like it's not quite fitting the same.
See, good as new.
Yep, good as new. Let's just keep moving.
Alright, everybody, keep a hand on your weapon. Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, as you turn the corner...
Just a quick thing. Who in the party doesn't have dark vision?
Only me, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Just you.
So are you just walking around blind with these guys? I mean, it's a teeny bit of light from the moon, but...
Yeah, we can see the light ahead.
He had dancing lights up until just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take those lights back on, or?
Can I, like, is there a
Because
way
it'll
where
be
I can
really
make them,
weird, right? If you approach in utter darkness toward the, even if they're not bad, it's like, we're sneaking up on you, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah. We'll do the same as it was before.
Okay, so the dancing lights come back out and kind of, I assume they kind of like slowly revolve around you guys as you're walking.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, as you turn the corner, you see the commotion. You continue to move yourselves. You can see that the street ahead has been cordoned off, and as you kind of approach and you see the wagons, they are very obvious wagons. They're from the castle ward. You see them all the time when you go to the Yanni portal. They're City Watch. The City Watch has cordoned off this part of it. You can see that there definitely is a way around, but you also see a fair amount of like blood on the street. They haven't quite gotten everywhere. There are a fair number of what look like bodies covered in tarps that are slowly accumulating snow, and there are some people that are tied up ahead. But yeah, you see this kind of cordoned off area, a couple of the big City Watch carriages.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Good evening, gentlemen.
So as you go to approach, one of the guardsmen looks over and, they notice you way beforehand. And one kind of comes out to meet you. I'm sorry, there'll be no civilians interfering with the investigation.
Oh, no,
you can
no,
go around if you'd like.
We have no intentions of interfering with your investigation, as your work is very important to the city and is much appreciated. Would we happen to be able to just, scooch through, possibly with someone escorting us through, or
yes, I
anything
can.
like that?
I can escort you around the investigation site. Please do not touch or interfere with anything.
What happened here?
There appears to have been some sort of fight, violence.
All right.
We presume the gangs.
Now, is any of these... excuse me. Is any of these a dandy-looking fella? And goes by the name Floon.
Red hair?
Oh, red blonde. Yeah.
About
A
a
frilly
middle-aged
jacket
man.
sort of thing.
I'm afraid I don't know at this time. That'll be... you'll have to check the broadsheets in the morning for a full...
Okay, we're just looking for a man.
Understandable. You only persuasion check, actually?
Persuasion, I'm
and
okay with those.
Advantage, I think other people are helping, right?
Oh, man.
13.
Between you and me, I didn't see anyone like... I don't think your friend was caught up.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my good man.
Yes. Please come with me. I'll walk you around.
Thank you kindly.
Yep, goes to like walk you around the perimeter, kind of down into Shirley Alley a little bit, or Shrimp Alley, right down there.
Yeah.
Around kind of what happened. You get like within 50 feet of what's going on. You can see the horses from all the wagons have been moved off of the wagons. They've been taken off and brought to the side a little bit, and you can see why. There's a gigantic fucking griffin.
Jesus.
Yeah, like landed in the middle of the street. It's got some brilliant golden armor on it, and you can see a knight with a huge lance kind of on top of it. He's talking kind of quickly to what seems like whoever's in charge going on here. Kind of getting a report, like, do they need backup? Do they need blah, blah, blah? And a few moments later, he makes a sound, and the griffin takes to the air, and they fly off. The famed Griffin Cavalry of Waterdeep.
Oh, wait.
That was the famed Griffin Cavalry of Waterdeep, Tack.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm still very new here. I haven't learned everything quite yet.
The snow kind of like blows up into your faces as the griffin takes off. But yeah. You also see that there are 3 people that have been kind of tied up and are currently being questioned. They are all pretty skeevy-looking people. They got.
Do I recognize any of them?
You could roll like a history check or something if you want, or something like
that.
I
mean, they may be one of my informants somewhere.
Well, you don't personally recognize them, and you don't recognize anything about them.
There it
is anyone
is.
else paying attention, or do people just kind of keep out of the bit?
No, not especially.
Eyes turned away.
Excellent. So yep, y'all get around, no problem. So the only one who's watching is you, Ilaha. And
Yeah.
they're like staring right at you. They're ignoring the person talking to them, and they're giving you a look like, "If you get us out of here, we'll do whatever." But you just kind of,
I give him the old shrug.
Excellent.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, you're
Sorry,
escorted
guy.
around the blockade, and as you get to the other side, the guard looks at you all. I just be careful if I were you around here. Been a lot of violence, especially after. Spend my time around the dock ward if I were.
Well, thank you very much, officer. I will be around the dock ward because I live on Spicy Street. But it's very nice. My name is Tack, by the way. It is very nice to meet you.
Put out my hand.
I'm Officer Golden. He shakes your hand.
Officer Golden?
Golden.
Do you spell that?
However you want to spell it.
Galda.
There was an N at the end. Golden. Sorry.
Oh.
But yes. And he gives you all kind of a nod. Stay safe, and if you see anything suspicious, feel free to report it to the nearest guard post.
Yes, if we see something, we'll say something.
I offer him a biscuit.
I'm good, thank you.
My pile.
Are you sure they're fresh from the Onin portal?
Not on the job, thank you.
Okay.
And I proceed. All proceed?
Yes.
We all leave?
Yeah, you have bypassed the blockade.
We did it! How many XP did we get for that German?
You got like a whole XP.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
It's on my,
One
consider
whole
it on my character sheet.
Only, 149 left to go? Or do we have to split that 4 ways?
Wow, we each got a quarter XP.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right. So,
right.
y'all continue to head down Snail Street.
Yep.
You go.
Yeah.
So you're getting to here, and right as you get to this kind of intersection, you just got to go down here and down there to get to Keyword Dragon.
Yeah.
But right at the intersection of Zastra Street rather, and Fillet Lane, right there, you notice something that is a little bit out of whack. Amidst the tall, densely packed tenements of this tenement buildings of this neighborhood, there's kind of a dark shadow to the ground level, and again, most of the street lamps have been smashed, and the smell of salty air and excrement kind of lingers on your nose. But then something different, some sort of spice or something that just cuts through the stench right as you're getting to that intersection. And you can see that this little building right there on the corner is a little different from the others. It stands out. It has a deep purple facade, and it's got a big, huge window that's most of the front of it, kind of pointing out from the corner, and in it hangs a full-sized stuffed beholder. It might be a real beholder. And a beholder, again, is a giant, round, spherical creature, a big central eye, pointed toothy jaw with 10 little tentacles coming off the sides, each with their own eyes at the end. But yeah, it's just hanging from a string in the door, or in the window, and the shop is very purple behind the beholder. And the scent seems to be coming through there.
Is it lit up at all? Does it seem like it's open?
Yeah, there's light inside of it, and it is the only building that you've come across so far in the dock ward. I'm not the only, but one of the few that does not have a smashed streetlight in front of it. The streetlight is bright and giving off some light.
You said there's smell of spice. Is it does it smell tasty, like food, or is it just kind of interesting, more potpourri kind of?
I think it's kind of hard for you to put your finger on it. You could roll me a nature check, but it smells pretty. It's weird. It's getting tainted by the stink of the alley.
If it's spices, can I roll with my cooking utensils proficiency?
I was going to ask the same question.
Both of you can.
Well, I have baker's utensils because that's what I renamed them. Well,
that's fine.
Oh,
Nice.
Phillado.
I haven't made a skill for this yet. What a fool I am. What would you say this is? Wisdom plus proficiency, probably?
I think so. It's fine.
yeah.
Roll D20 plus.
So as you're like
2.
trying to separate the smell of the stink and the salty air of the sea and everything, Tack, you really just cannot
Can't
put
place
your
it.
finger on it. But Phillado, it's lavender. That's the smell.
It's lavender.
I was just about to say it. I knew it. I didn't know it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And there's a very elaborate, kind of like almost cursive text that is all emblazoned on the top in big white letters, kind of contrasting the deep purple, which reads "Old Zoblob Shop."
If we go in there, we start
That's-
Curse of Strahd.
Old Zoblob shop, eh?
I know we're a bit busy, but my grandfather always told me a nose unfollowed was bad luck.
And I go to start like walking over towards.
I was in the same vein. I am very intrigued by what the shop has to offer, being so out of place down here.
That there beholder in the window is pretty scary.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they sell healing potions, because after being run over by a carriage, I might need one.
All right, so yeah,
That you might, friend. That you might.
Ignoring the skewered dragon, you take a detour to the old Zoblob shop, and as you're getting toward it, you know that like feeling when it's like, oh man, the paintings are watching me? That's what it feels like with the beholder and all of its eyes. So like you started on one side and you're walking across,
Like
it
I
feels
said.
like it's watching you.
Creepy.
Beholders are creepy. That's the whole shtick.
But yeah, you walk up the
Well,
stairs.
that and they murder people.
Nah. Brutally.
Tack kind of leading the way. You hop up the stairs. You open the door, walk in. Tack, you probably don't notice, but the door handle is like of an appropriate height for you.
Oh, wonderful.
Everyone else, the door itself is like 6 feet high. So if you're any taller than that, even if you're like 5'10", you probably need to
I'm about to
duck
say
a little
I'm
bit.
5'11".
Yeah, so you gotta like duck a
I
little
think
bit
I'm
going
6'1" without the horns.
It was just Tack's halfling instinct. This is the halfling luck, just knowing that this door would be his height.
And as you kind of throw open the door, Tack, you are greeted by a cloud of lavender-scented smoke, just poof, billowing out the front of the door. And it immediately, like, your eyes water, and it's like, you can't help but cough. And it is potent, but in a moment, you all see the lavender smoke come out. But as it kind of clears, you can see that inside this building is very, very purple. You can see that the walls are painted purple. There are rows and rows of shelves with strange violet knickknacks.
Are you telling me this is like a head shop?
And you see on the far side, maybe 15 feet ahead of you, sitting behind a counter, is a really old, hairless gnome. He's sitting cross-legged on the counter. He wears plum-colored robes. Cheeks are decorated with a bunch of tiny little, they look like eyes, but the eyes have smiley faces in them. And he looks down. He's got a big pipe, which seems like he was fish bowling the whole shop. And he kind of takes it down from his mouth and looks at you. Hail and well met. Come browse the shelves in the most curious curiosity shop in the world. And his voice seems to get higher as he speaks, and then takes a big hit of his pipe, exhales a deep purple smoke. Welcome to the shop.
All right.
His
Hi,
eyes are
nice
still
to
kind of
meet you.
closed a little bit, and he's just kind of weighing back and forth. You walk in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Walk in.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, get some
I
of
followed
the
my
chill
nose.
out of our bones.
I followed my nose. It can't be bad in here.
How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling is 10 feet. It's pretty.
Okay.
It's just the door is a little,
Yeah.
little short.
Nice to meet you. My name is Tack. I live down not too far from here. I've never seen your shop before. It's very purple and bright.
Yeah, super bright. And he takes a big hit of his pipe. The name's Zabla.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. I go to offer my hand.
He reaches out with his left hand, because his right hand is holding this enormous, kind of curving pipe. Looking at it, looks like it might be made out of a bone or a horn. Bit of an awkward left hand shake, or maybe it's not awkward.
I shake his left hand with my right hand and just flip my hand around to meet it the other way.
Just one of the old.
I feel like I feel like it's more smooth than it sounds.
All right, yeah, I dig it. And he looks at you. How can I help you?
I don't know. I just kind of wandered in. What do you sell? Anything in particular?
I sell anything and everything as long as it's purple. And he smiles at you big, kind of... Oh, it would be a toothy grin if he had all his teeth.
Are his teeth purple?
Yeah, they're stained purple.
I look to his pipe.
Mind if I give that a try?
Help yourself, brother. And he holds it out for you.
Just kind of, just like this.
I go and kind of breathe it in and just...
It's super smooth.
With oil, we reckon in there. That's about one of the best things I've ever had. Oh, much better than the grass that we smoke back in the hills where I'm from. Do you have any food for sale?
Yeah, you used to have a pipe.
I have it, but then I hand it back to him.
Oh, okay. He wasn't making any motion to like take it back.
Oh.
So if you're keeping at it, he's not going to take it.
Yeah.
He's like,
What is it that you call this thing that you have here?
It's quite good. I'm really fine. I'm enjoying it.
we call it purple hay. The rest of you, what are you doing? Are you just
browsing,
opening the door, just watching this?
I'm looking around.
Yeah, browsing, scanning the walls.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any sort of a
bunch of random stuff in here.
Do I see anything? Do I see anything close to resembling the ping pong ball sized stone that I found?
You find some purple ping pong balls, but they are ping pong balls.
I'm about to say, but nothing of the same nature of what I had, what we found earlier.
They have ping pong?
Apparently. So, yeah, I mean, so you're looking around for stuff, Philo, right?
Yeah.
Can you roll me an investigation check?
Oh boy.
Seeing what like interesting things you might find. All right. Is your wow. All right. As you're looking around, you find that's convenient. There's a small purple sack, kind of perched on a shelf, which seems pretty full. You kind of pick it up and you jingle it and you open it up, and it's filled with purple teeth. Like full teeth.
Well, put it back down.
Okay. Also, you find kind of sitting down right next to it is a tiny little skull. Looks like a human skull, but it would be like sized for like a rat. And it's purple. It's bright.
Why is everything purple in here?
I love purple.
A fair response.
Did you paint all of this purple?
Some of it.
Purple's not that great of a color. How much is the beholder?
Oh, old Zablob?
Thought you was a blob.
I am Zablob.
I pass him back his pipe.
Thanks
If you're-
so much.
If you're a blob,
He takes another hit of his pipe. Well, you see, back in the day, I bought
Yes.
this shop, the old Zablob shop, because of the Beholder. And I couldn't get people to call it Larry's shop because of the Beholder. So I changed my name to Zablob.
Would you
And
rather
that
be
was
called
much.
Larry?
Nah, I'm Zablob.
Fair enough. Can I buy some of that? I point at the pipe.
Absolutely. He kind of puts it on a little rack he's got for it, and starts fiddling around behind the counter. He didn't have any food, by the way.
Oh darn.
Yeah,
I will buy some.
he
pipe
was not.
weed,
He
though.
was not food. Actually, does he have any food?
Does he have eggplants?
I can just quickly scan. I don't think he's got any sort of food. Yeah. Yeah, he's got nothing. I'm sorry. What was that?
No, I said, does he have any eggplants?
He doesn't seem to have any eggplants.
Yeah, okay. While we're in here, let me just ask: have you seen a kind of a dandy, noble-looking man around here? Red blonde hair, frilly clothes.
Floon Blogmar.
That's the
Yeah.
one. That's his name.
He's like bundling up a little pouch of the purple haze, which he tells you is 3 gold pieces. It's like a pretty big bundle of it, though.
Tack has no frame of reference for what this should cost, so just pays the 3 gold pieces and is
Sure.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
hands them over. That'll be 3
Alrighty.
gold pieces. Oh wait, 3 dragons to you, sir. Well, self-satisfied.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
What was your question? I forgot.
We're looking for a man by the name of Floon Blackmar. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, well, the problem with that is eventually, if you talk too much out here, people start to pay attention. I don't know anyone named Floon.
Maybe you've seen him around here, though. He's a middle-aged human man, red hair, kind of
Kind of
noble.
a pretty boy.
Yeah.
And at least he likes to think he's a noble.
dresses
Like
stupid.
I said, talking around here tends to get you. I don't pay much attention to what goes on outside my shop.
Can I like insight this guy to see if he's just dancing around the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely knows something. You feel like he didn't this guy didn't murder and stash Floon in his back room.
But he's
But-
seen him. But I get the feeling that he knows something
He might
about
know
him.
something about what you're talking about, but he seems like he's almost afraid to talk about something. You might need to grease the wheel a little bit, or you could just like intimidate him. But
Look, friend, we're not trying to get you into any sort of trouble. We've been commissioned to find the, and if you happen to know any information, it would be helpful. I slide him 2 dragons.
2 dragons. Dragons ain't purple, brother, and he slides them back.
I ain't got shit for that.
Actually, you can roll a persuasion check if you want.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what he says. Dragons ain't purple. And slides them back to you.
Perhaps we should be on our way then.
And now you were also looking around, Fildry?
Yeah, I was looking for potions.
Oh, roll me an investigation check. I'll tell you if you find any potions. Let me know what you get.
Critical failure.
Why don't I see it? Roll 20. You work in a stereo.
Roll 20.
Yeah, there's no potions at all. Oh, actually.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you find a glass vial that's purple. You don't know what's inside of it. Stopper.
Okay.
But it feels like glass. And
Alright. No.
like you shake it, and it sounds like there's something in it.
Yeah, Zoblub. What's this here?
Oh, that? That's a purple potion.
What's it do?
It smells like purple.
Alright, and I put it down. Well, boys, we've done what we can. Let's get looking for Floon.
Yeah, we might be back, Zoblob.
If you see anything purple, let me know.
I kind of just place a biscuit down on the counter next to them. A smoke without a snack is a poor. Well, it's in need of companionship. And I go to step out as well.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you guys exit the Zoblob shop back into the streets of Waterdeep. You notice it's like way colder outside. It was like warm. It was like warm. You didn't realize how warm it was in the shop.
I'm never going back in there.
You look down at your feet, and it's like, you're leaving purple footprints.
Oh. Uh-oh.
This is awkward.
Well,
can I try and, like, wash the soles of my shoes off in the snow?
Your feet and you're good.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
It's only like for like a couple of steps outside the shop. But it's just like, oh, I didn't even step in anything, and my footprints are purple.
There's something on my feet now. Great.
alright. Scared dragon. Floon block modder. 100 gold pieces if we find him. Let's go. I say loudly.
Agreed.
Just loudly out into the street.
Let's go.
How much of the pipeweed do I have?
Oh, you have an indefinite amount of it.
Oh,
you have a whole ounce.
You've got plenty. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's the best answer I could have received.
Well, I mean, you paid some gold for it, man. You paid some legitimate cash. All right, cool. So you head down Fillet Lane and take a right down into the little area. I don't even know what you call that, but the no man's land. That's not really a real street in between Fillet Lane and Net Street. And yeah, up ahead there is it looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are totally smashed in. A huge ship's anchor seems to be lodged in the roof, sticking out through the shingles and everything. And through the windows, you can see a haggard group of patrons drinking from huge tankers. And you can see, or you can't see actually, why the hell it's called the Skewered Dragon. You got no idea. There's no sign. It's just looks
all
like
right,
garbage.
Then. Well, this is the place, boys.
All right.
There's a couple candles burning inside for light, but not a lot.
Let's get to it.
I pack my pipe with that weed. It's not as nice of a pipe I imagine this is. It's just like a simple kind of wooden one, a little bit of a long stem on it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm just saying I'm doing that now.
Sure. Just because you're ready. And I think this is a good time to take a quick break. So
yeah,
I agree. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone. Stay tuned for more Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I said it correctly this time.
Nice.
Dungeon Water Heist Dragon.
Dungeon Water Heist Dragon. See y'all in a moment. Hey everyone, welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist. God, I gotta get used to saying that. Super good start to the session thus far. Our heroes have, I guess I could say heroes. You're really not heroes. Our dudes have
adventurers. Come on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the adventurers have taken a contract, a little job job for Volothamp Getarm, the a famous celebrity and book writer in Waterdeep.
Famous.
He's famous. To go and
Never heard of him.
His lost friend, a man named Floon Blagmar, who apparently may have gotten a little too tipsy at a really shady tavern called the Skewered Dragon down in the dock. So our characters they've traveled down there, they've gotten distracted by a few small things. One of them got hit by a wagon. Yeah. And you're at the Skewered, you're just outside the Skewered Dragon.
Alright.
Which is worse than I think any of you could have imagined it actually is. It is a absolute piece of crap. Yeah, it's awful. Have you seen the tavern before, Tack?
I feel like
you saw it once.
I saw it once and decided never.
Okay. So you know that the roof of the tavern, which is it's a very steep roof, it actually has a really shitty, painted on dragon where the anchor has is piercing through the roof. So it's the Skewered the dragon. But with the light snow that's completely not visible, it's just the big anchor sticking out of the roof.
Oh, okay. I share that factoid with everyone.
Huh.
There's a big dragon on the roof, which is I think why they probably call it what they call it, which is the Potato Dragon. So that's how it got its name. That's all I have to say on the subject.
All right then.
Very interesting, Tack.
I had a few more things I wanted to say on the subject, but I'm getting better about this thing, so I'm going to stop it right there.
Tack is much appreciated.
Yeah, very good,
Tack. We have a job to do.
If you look him in the eyes, you can see he's dying inside.
Tack's head kind of turns a little bit to the side in a bit of a twitch. And
I approach the door.
Okay. The little bit of wind and cold kind of covers up most of your voices out here, even though the windows are all smashed. And you walk up to the door. It seems to be hanging on one hinge. No, it's fairly quiet. That one hinge is holding it on pretty well, though.
Man, I'm at an impasse.
Because
I want to not draw attention to ourselves, but I also really just want to kick down this fucking door.
You get the idea that there's literally no way you can enter this tavern, which probably has a very specific group of regulars, without drawing attention to yourself.
Alright.
You guys don't look like sailors or slummy people. And you don't look quite nice enough to be mafioso people.
Right.
So you're at this weird middle ground where you don't look good enough.
Yeah, but I also don't want to wreck
enough.
up the bar, but at the same time, kind of do.
You mind if I step in first?
Sure, Tack. If you think that is a good idea.
Tack's a little bit nervous, but he opens the door and proceeds in. And immediately looks for the bar and goes to walk straight over to the bar with a fake confidence.
Yeah, you stroll right up over to the bar. A couple of the sailors that are gathered around. There's maybe there are probably a good half dozen to a dozen tables in here. Only 3 of them have people sitting at them. One is a group of sailors. They're very clearly, they've got your classic sailor outfit on because, whatever.
The blue striped hat.
Exactly. And they seem to be playing some dice or what have you at the table.
Dice,
cheap drinks. Yeah, they give you a glance, but not much else. One table is It's a couple like really grimy, dirty-looking folks. You saw them. You've seen these people before. Tack mugging someone just further down Spicy Street. Probably.
He's trying to like. He's
down
trying to look as tough as he
Alley.
can. Oh god, not Fishgut
Yeah.
Alley. I heard that there was a street named Fishgut Alley. And oh wait, no, that's right next to me. Oh god, I have to walk by that one every day.
You have to walk by it really quickly.
Oh.
So like they're like they look at you and they keep eye contact. And the third table has a single person sitting behind it, or sitting at it, and they've just got a big black hood up. You can't really see much.
But of course.
Well, first you go get a mug of ale.
Well, just saying. We'll start with Tack, because Tack's the first one in. You walk right up to the tavern.
Tack walks right up to the tavern.
I'm sorry, the tap.
The tap. Trying to look as tough as he possibly can, and you watch him take a big kind of hit of that pipe weed, and then he looks over at the tavern keep and goes, "I'll take a whiskey."
You put your coin on the table, and the tavern keep looks to you, and you can tell like he had a certain specific like. He was like looking forward to this, but he looks at you and just. He just starts laughing his ass off, and he puts the hand out, takes your coin, and he just can't help it, and he goes, gets you a whiskey. Sit down.
I take another big.
You put a gold down?
Yeah. I put down a dragon. I take another.
He takes out a few silvers and slides them over to you. Your change. Looks like a shot of whiskey cost you a silver.
Yeah. That's fine. Tack doesn't like whiskey.
Actually, down here it probably cost you like 2 copper. So you also just get a bunch of copper nibs and a few silvers back.
I take another hit of the pipe weed. Something funny to you?
Oh damn.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything, or are you guys just watching this unfold?
I'm strolling up behind him, but slowly.
Right. No,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I need to get me an ale too.
Everyone's watching now. Like, you say something sounds funny. Yeah. You roll me an intimidation check?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait, could I justify perchance performance, as this is very much an
Absolutely. I think you
Okay.
can. No.
Oh wait. Oh, Halfling Luck came in for me on that one. That was a 1.
Oh shit!
And then a 16.
Halfling luck. Go figure. Yeah, he looks at you. He kind of seems taken aback. No, purple. What can I do? I haven't seen you run.
Well, me and my friends here are. Why don't you go ahead and explain, Fildry?
Oh yeah, no, we're looking for a man. He was here last night. A bit of a dandy type. He was drinking with a chap in a funny hat. He's he got red blonde hair, middle-aged human. Just kind of frilly clothes. Have you seen him?
Another puff. Goes by the name of Floon Blagmar.
All right. Can you guys roll me a persuasion check with advantage? Someone, I don't care who.
I'm
All right.
pretty good at these.
All right, so you took the lead with this one attack. Yeah, I've seen him. He was here just the other night. What about it?
We're wondering where he went.
He left right through the door a little after 1. But,
Was he doing
I'll tell you,
anything?
He wasn't alone. Some other folks followed after him. Not used to seeing him run.
Takes a swig of the whiskey. It's good. I like the burn.
I walk up, take a sip of his whiskey.
Oh, it's awful.
This is swill.
God.
Slam it back down.
What do you expect for 5 copper? For 5 nibs.
You paid 5 nibs for that?
Good price.
It's a terrible price. I wouldn't pay 2 nibs for this.
Well,
Where do you get your
and
whiskey
salt
from?
and drinks, we're here to find Floon. Good.
Aye. Barkeep. Let me get a. Let me just get a flag and an ale. That's
Yeah,
like a dragon.
Yeah, he. It seems that like he's kind of taken aback a little bit by Phillado. Right? It's like, yeah, it's a terrible price, and it's like, oh yeah, it is a terrible price. And he doesn't charge you guys for the ales that he gives out. It's like the 5 coppers that he took from Tack. He's feeling like he was kind of caught here. Yeah, he says, yeah, I saw him leave. A couple of rowdy-looking folk followed him. He and another kind of looked similar, wavy red hair.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Should
Was he
ask
talking
around
about
from
his
the
plans, what he was good? I think like that.
I work the tap.
Jeremy, I'm gonna
over there. Sailors were here yesterday.
I'm gonna go sit down at the table with the hooded fellow.
As you turn around, they're gone.
The sailors?
No, the hooded
person.
fellow.
You just see a black cloak is caught on the like blowing in the wind in the open smashed window. Like it was discarded and left behind.
I mean, I don't want to be rude, so I'm gonna slam my ale and bolt out the door.
Yeah. You rush outside, you look around. Roll a perception check.
God damn it! What's with these threes?
Yeah, you're looking around. You don't see anything.
No footprints.
Nothing.
It is windy out.
But you feel like you're being watched.
I always feel like I'm being watched.
Okay.
It's
Meanwhile,
not
back
anything
in the
different.
tavern.
No, he said the sailors were here last night. Let's go check them out.
Yeah, and as you like go to walk over to the sailors, the bark chat keep looks at you. They're fine with the chiefs.
Hey, give me a couple of whiskeys.
Okay. Yeah, he puts out a couple more whiskeys for you, and takes the if there are 4 of them, the collective 1 silver piece that you pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over and they're just playing some dice, having a good time. They're gambling a little bit, but it seems.
Well, I sit down at the table, set the whiskeys, and say, "Oh, gentlemen, I'm looking for some information."
Is anyone else joining, or are you just letting?
I'm going with him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk back in.
Okay. So all of you just kind of crowd around the table.
Well, no. I'm actually not gonna go over to that table. I'm still gonna go over to the table where that hooded fellow was.
Sure.
And take a seat.
Okay.
Did you say he left the hood and stuff there?
Yeah, it seems the flapping black cloak was left behind.
Yeah.
You want to take it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a black cloak.
Sweet. Is there any
It's
pockets?
kind of like droops down real hard so it's to cover your face. But you can see that it's like very thin right on the hooded part to like so
you
even
can see
if it's
through
over
it?
your eyes, yeah, you can see through it.
Alright.
But the rest of you sit down to play some dice.
Oh no, I'm standing behind Fildry.
Okay, so they're like a little uncomfortable by Phillado's presence, but they keep playing. What can we help you with?
So it was a man you really wouldn't expect to see here. Kind of a frill, red blonde hair. Probably talked with a with a snooty accent. You might have seen him. What is? Yeah, you might have seen him last night.
We might have seen him last night. Who's asking?
I'm asking, and I slide him a whiskey.
Kinda looks to his friends. My friends, they're dying of thirst. He kind of shoots his back.
I pass out the other whiskeys.
Gosh, it's just wonderful how easy it is to talk when you're not. Yeah, we might have seen someone of that description. Wavy red hair. One of the other sailors pipes in. Yeah, I saw him. Rainair, right? Chip off the old block, that one. Ugh.
Yeah. Was he with a friend of his? Yeah, another one of them types. Floppy hat, a scarf.
A couple of them seem confused, but one of them, it's like he looks like he's thinking. Yeah, I saw. There were two of them. Wavy, red-haired dandy, and Boa.
Yeah,
puts on a hood and he thinks no one can see who he is.
Exactly. Anyways, we're looking for the guy who was sitting here with Volo.
Oh. Well, he left with another guy.
Yeah, another guy?
What'd that other guy look like?
Pretty damn similar.
Alright.
Red hair, dressed like a prince. Neverember, you heard of him?
A Neverember?
Yeah.
Jeremy, I heard of him?
I haven't heard of Neverember.
What were you saying, Kyle?
Have I heard of him?
Yeah, everyone who's like, oh, I'm sorry, no, you haven't. You absolutely have not. You definitely... If you've heard the name Neverember, it was like... It said like a slur, almost.
Can I roll a history check for living in Waterdeep for 30 years?
You know exactly who Rainier Neverember is, so you don't have to roll any check.
Do I also know?
How long have you been living in Waterdeep?
I assume my whole life, which is 30 years.
So both of you two know exactly. You don't know who Rainier is. You make a guess. There was a man named Daggolt Neverember, who was the former Open Lord of Waterdeep. The Open Lord is kind of the guy who, basically the president. He runs the show. He runs the government. But he answers to a shadow government of Mask. And he kind of consolidated a lot of power under himself during his kind of regime, and was known. He kind of focused the government of Waterdeep on enriching his own kind of self and personal pockets. He had a huge investment in Neverwinter. Name coincidental, Neverember, Neverwinter. But he invested a lot of money in Neverwinter that allegedly came from Waterdeep's coffers and a bunch of stuff. He was ousted a decade. He hasn't been seen in the city since.
Yeah, really, Neverember.
Really rare for an Open Lord to just to get ousted. Usually they're killed. And
the implication is this is someone of the Neverember family, not this guy.
It's definitely not him.
Daggolt Neverember.
Yeah, no, Daggolt's old.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Okay.
Cool. Kind of probably grody looking, So yeah, that's what you immediately make the connection for the name Neverember. You don't know who Rainier is, but guess probably a son, maybe a grandson, but not that old.
I over hear what they were talking about. Did they say that?
All the sailors keep getting taken aback by your voice.
Did they say that? Did you overhear any conversation about where they might be going?
One of the men looks toward his empty shot glass. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Just distracting how clear glass can be sometimes,
Yeah. Well,
he smiles to himself. The other sailor's like, dude, that was bad.
That was awful.
How do we play for it?
It's kind of like, yeah, what do we get if we win?
We'll buy you another round?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the sailor's kind of all in on that. Okay, so do y'all want to just play for some dice, or who's going in? Presumably, people sitting at the table.
Yeah. I'm sitting at the table.
So, Phila, you're standing, so you're not in. But the rest of you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 4 d6s. Or I guess we'll roll d20s.
We're playing a round game of roll the dice.
Oh
yeah,
wait, is it time for a game of roll the dice?
So this is how we'll determine this. So Pete, you can go first. Roll the dice. Roll 7 d20s. Count the number of 20s. So that's 0 20s.
Wait, halfling luck. Can I re-roll that one?
Oh, yeah, you can re-roll the one.
Ooh.
No 20s. All right, so that's 0 for you. No points. Fildry, please roll the dice.
0 points.
We're done. We're done, James.
Sailors.
Oh.
First sailor gets nothing. Second sailor, nothing.
Also,
third sailor,
Hey!
nothing.
That's a push.
It's a 4th sailor.
Last sailor.
Oh, I thought there was only 3.
there's 4.
I made a mistake because I thought there was 3 that this happened.
They got 120. The sailor. It's a close game, but one of the sailors pulls it at the last minute against you, Tack. And unfortunately, you've lost this dumb game of dice.
All right, I'm gonna flip. Silver bought the round, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip 2 on. And
you also notice that you're the table where you're sitting is starting to get stained purple from your breath, as is your pipe.
Oh man, I say, oh man.
Okay.
And I give
silver.
I give 2 silver to the bartender to buy 2 rounds, with the implication that the second one would pay for the information that we wanted.
Yeah, awesome. So the sailors get their drinks, and one of them, tells you, head to Candle Lane. Snake symbol on the door. That's where they ended up.
That's where they ended up.
Lucky guy. He gets back to his game. Seeming like, I'm not going to tell you any more about that. Like, you cannot buy me more drinks to talk about that.
Jeremy.
Sure.
While all that stuff's going on, can I investigate this table? Is there anything weird that maybe looks like it was left by that hooded stranger?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation.
God damn it.
Yeah, you're looking at it. Actually, that does it. Carved into the table is a symbol, a picture of a candle, and a picture of a snake.
This exact same information. All right.
Well, it's a little harder to determine, but
yeah. What?
Interestingly, this figure seemed to have left you a clue.
Interesting.
But they're gone now.
They are.
All right, I say, Ilaha, we're going.
Right. So let us take our leave.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be going then. Overall,
As we're kind of like stepping out, I say,
overall, I'd say that went pretty purple. Why did I say that?
Maybe you should ease up on the pipe there.
Jeremy, you said Candle Lane, right?
Candle
Yep.
Lane.
It's just to the north of us.
Sure is.
It's right up here.
Yep.
In fact, one might even go so far as to put like a dot.
Oh, wonderful.
Gasp.
Gasp. A wild dot appears.
At this point, it's probably it's past midnight.
All right.
You guys have been out and about for about 2 hours between all
right.
the, maybe even more than that. But yeah, you've been out for a while, sometime past midnight.
Yeah.
All right, you start going up.
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk up the streets and the dock board,
possibly wiser to go up the way of the dragon.
The way of the dragon.
I ain't getting run over by another carriage.
Almost definitely safer.
It's either that or, risk getting mugged.
Fine. At least I can hit a mugger with my hammer.
Yeah, but if you just open your ears a little bit, you won't get run over like an idiot.
Watch yourself, Ilaha. Let's go.
I think we'll be just fine. I heard there's a mighty warrior that watches over the way of the dragon.
I heard
is this a reference I'm not getting?
It is.
The Bruce Lee movie, The Way of the Dragon.
Yeah, also has Chuck Norris in it.
Well, it's interesting because as you're walking up that street, you see something that definitely stands out. Right around here, you pass by. It's dark now,
Bruce Lee.
but you see Helm's Hall, which is like a big, basically courthouse. It towers over the way of the dragon and looks toward the dock ward Imperium. But it's dark. There's nothing going on there.
All right.
Walk right by it.
Yeah.
Have you?
I tip my hat to Helm's Hall.
Have you been through here, Tack?
I walked down here once or twice. You always got to make sure. Oh, by the way, don't forget to tip your hats to the home.
And I tip my hat to Helm's Hall.
I ain't wearing the hat.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a hat.
Do you want to borrow one?
No.
All right, your loss.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Can you explain why you're tipping your hat?
Oh, my grandfather has always told me that you have to tip your hat to any establishments of law and order. Upkeeping also applies to guard stations, things like that. It's the exact amount of respect due. If you don't, well, you're likely to run into the trouble with the law in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
All
see.
right. Well,
I'll keep walking.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's no problem. There's no real issue. You walk all the way up the way of the dragon, unbothered. The streets are quite bright with the ever-burning lamps, and come toward the start of Handle Lane. And that's a really interesting intersection right there, because you look right ahead of you, and it's a wonderfully cobbled road, the way of the dragon. It's a huge main thoroughfare. So it actually has a divider in the middle. It has sidewalks. It has a divider in the middle with an area that if you're crossing the street and get kind of caught between traffic, you can wait till there's an opening in the middle. It's a very nice area. You turn right to Bryan Street and you see the South Ward, which is an incredibly eclectic ward. It's got a lot of different cultures, mostly immigrants to Waterdeep living in there, or maybe not recent immigrants, but folk from all over the world. If you're not native to Waterdeep, you live in the South Ward if you can afford it. It's gotten a little posh in the most recent years, but everything in Waterdeep has.
The gentrification and
southern. And then you look to your left to Candle Lane, and Candle Lane sucks. Just awful. The buildings on either side are so tall and tightly packed that you're at this point the lights that you light up don't even reach the tops of them. You can see gloom envelop this narrow alley. It is as dark as a dungeon and about as odorous as one. Nearly every street light in this alley has been smashed, and the only light that seems to pierce the darkness is a faint flickering from far down the lane, distant and forgotten.
Probably a cat.
Riley Witter gets his name. Alright. We're looking for a snake on the door.
That's what I figured.
I think we should whisper. Feels appropriate.
Okay, Tack.
Thank you.
I'm not going to whisper.
The candle? No,
I feel I talk softly enough to not want a whisper.
that's actually pretty fair.
Well, let's get going.
Aye.
Head towards the candlelight, probably, right?
Okay.
That makes sense to all?
Yeah,
Yes.
as you walk down the street, there are some fairly stale footprints, mostly filled in with snow at this point. And yeah, you head down these kind of imposing, towering buildings on either side, and you approach the front of this building. You can see the flickering comes from a singular, still intact street lamp with what looks like continually lit candle sticking up from its center. Not even a nice street lamp. It was some even before. And yeah, that's currently what you see. You can see that this lamp is kind of directly in front of a large warehouse building, which is somewhat different from the packed tenements all along the road.
Does it have a snake on the door?
What?
It
Oh.
isn't.
Yes, actually. You see that there is a black winged snake painted directly above the handle of the door.
For my own imagination, does it look like a winged snake, or like a coatl?
Jeez, do I have a good picture of this?
So does it look like Iron Fist's chest tattoo, or like...
Oh boy, why do they not have a picture for this?
Those are like big wings, or they're like small...
It's not like an Ouroboros, right?
No. It's a symbol.
Do any of us recognize this symbol?
I'm gonna just say yes. It is a symbol of the Zentari,
Mm-hmm.
which
yes.
are otherwise known as the Black Network throughout the rest of Faerun. For those who've lived in Waterdeep for a long time, you know that they are frowned upon, but have recently been pushing for a sense of legitimacy, almost like actual business folk, offering mercenaries intelligence and well, whatever you need them to offer.
It seems Volo's friend is involved with the Zentari.
I don't know if he's directly involved with them, or more so being held captive.
Yeah. Could have got himself caught up in some shady business. There's no love for any Neverember here in Waterdeep.
Well, from what I've understood, the Zentarum, they're just upright businessmen, aren't they? That's what I've learned since I've been here. We should have no problem.
Taking pity
I walk up to go knock
on
up-
Tack's naivety, I'm like, yes, Tack, that is correct.
Alright, I walk up and knock on the door.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna move you guys to our first map.
Ooh.
Let me know that you don't see everything immediately.
I see everything immediately. No, I don't.
I don't see anything.
I see,
I see only
almost
mine.
nothing.
I see only me.
I see lines.
I see a walkway to like a gated area.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep, give me a second. Working to get OBS correct. Okay, OBS, this is how you're gonna be. Alright. So, as you approach, you see a ramshackle 2-story warehouse. It stands at the back of an outer yard behind a high fence. The gate of the fence isn't locked, and the building has 3 apparent ways of entry. There is a painted over window, which down a little bit you'd see. I can just move you a little bit. That right there. A large warehouse doorway, double door,
Sure.
and a small window.
Okay. And then these posts that we're in front of, they're just like a gate
Yeah.
that's open, I assume.
Yeah, the gate's closed currently. but you see it's right there, and a little just touching it, you can tell it's unlocked.
I'll push it open gently.
Okay. Who of you have dark vision?
I do.
Everybody but Tack.
Also, anyone
Only
who had
not me.
lost hit points, you can roll hit dice right now if you'd like, as you have taken a short rest in all the stuff you've been doing.
Hey!
Hey!
I healing word it to full.
I had used Cure Wounds on myself earlier, and then I got hit by a carriage immediately after.
Mhm.
I was
You
not
did.
full.
If I hadn't healed myself before getting hit by that carriage, I would have been dropped to 0.
He'd be dead.
All right, so yeah, this is currently what you see. This open yard.
Oh,
an
it's because I
iron
have no
fence.
dark vision.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh,
now.
you can't see shit, Captain, huh? Well, Pete, does anyone light a torch?
No.
Nope.
I think it's better left. I think it's better for us to be left in darkness for this one.
Then I don't-
All right, Tack. Once we
I don't
get
think
in
I can
there,
knock on the door because I can't see it.
let me
Cheetah
get
says they
real
can't see
close
anything,
to it.
Jeremy.
Oh!
You
We're
do-
on this menu still. Ba-ba-ba. Thank you, Twitch chat. Let me know when this happens. It might every once in a while. They're peeking in.
All right.
As I said, we have a painted over window up here,
Yeah.
a large loading bay door, and a smaller side door. And for those with dark vision, you notice that the small side door seems to have like a peephole, like a sliding thing.
Right.
But obviously it's closed.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a step inward through the now open gate that I pushed open.
Okay, did you try to push it open quietly or just throwing it open?
No, gently. I did specifically say gently open it.
Okay. So you walk over to here and push the gate open.
Yep.
Wrong key. All right, it's now open. We're gonna say it
All
opens
right.
sideways.
Fildry, where are you going?
To the gate.
The gate is over here, where we are.
Oh.
No, the gate's right
No,
there.
it's over here.
The gate's
Yeah,
over
got it.
there?
Got
Oh.
a big gate.
Oh,
Drawn
there's
on
the,
the map.
gate. Hey, look at that. Wow.
Yeah,
all right,
right,
yeah.
that's-
All right.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so there's no stealth
Oh,
at this point.
Tack,
You guys
Tack.
are coming
All
up.
right, hold on to my cloak. Follow me.
I mean,
Tack-
I
Tack
was
goes to hold
I
your
was
hand.
trying to be like quiet about it. I guess I didn't specifically state it.
Okay, no, that's why I'm asking, right? If you're
Yeah.
trying to be quiet, opening the door, roll me a stealth.
Fucking Christ.
Dude, all these minus
Okay.
below 10s for you, Kyle.
You
Dude,
Push it
it's so
open.
bad.
it creaks a little bit.
Do
A
I
lot.
notice any movement when it creaks?
No.
I'm holding on to the back of Fildry's robe, so can you just move me? Because I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Go ahead, Fildry. Go ahead and move yourself.
I'm moving
You can
down
see your
to the gate.
token, right? Right, Pete?
I can only see my token, though.
Okay.
All right, but
I'm
what if
gonna
I
do
put
is
my
I'm
token
gonna-
on top of yours?
I'm going to give you 5 feet of sight.
Okay, great. Just so I can.
There you
know where
go.
Fildry
You
is.
can see a teeny bit. You know, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to give you 2.5 feet of sight.
Amazing.
Can
Okay.
you do that?
I can.
Yeah, you can get real granular with it.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you might want to put on update on drop. For the,
What?
Update on drop for the light.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Good call. I hate that is not a default thing all the time, everywhere. Oh, restrict movement isn't on either, huh? Roll 20.
Roll
Give me these
20.
features. But anyway, so yeah,
All right.
this is where are you at right now? You tried
Alright.
to be quiet. You don't
I'm
know what
failed.
else?
Possibly.
You don't know.
All right. I guess I'm gonna make my way over to that window.
Okay. Just painted over window.
Yeah, like over here.
I just painted over with black paint.
Can I try and open it?
Yeah, you can try. Looks like
What
it's
do you-
locked.
What do you want me to do?
Do you have thieves' tools?
I should have proficiency with them. I don't know if I actually own them.
Do you have proficiency?
I should. It's not on here for some reason.
Okay. What would you
What?
have it from? A background?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your background? Tack, over here.
Urban bounty hunter?
Well,
the right
if
spot?
you,
I'm
If
known
you-
to get into shady places.
yeah,
Let me take a look at the lock.
okay, you come over
Boy.
and look at it. It's dark.
Can I make a history check on this?
Tack is just
locked to
confused.
Keep going forward. Keep going forward. One more. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can make a history check. It's not stone. It's
Dang.
stone. It's metal.
But it's part of my job.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a window lock. It seems like a pretty simple, basic lock. But you lack the tools to get at the lock, which is inside the window. It's not locked from the outside.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about a door here.
No, it's a
That's
window.
a window.
Oh.
The door is down there.
All right.
Well,
Does anyone own these?
Oh no,
I have
No.
proficiency with them. I just don't have them. I don't.
I
I
have cook's utensils.
Tinker's tools.
So it looks
Yeah.
like that's on
Cook's
the list to
utensils.
pick up in the future because,
Yeah.
currently you could try to do it without thieves' tools, but
I can make fun of it with my vicious mockery.
yeah, what's your?
I can smash it.
I could
Yeah, you
also
can.
smash it.
Smash it.
Is there a door?
How are we gonna?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is-
there's
a door
there's
over
the
here.
door is right there, down at the bottom.
Should we just knock?
Probably not.
Well-
But I mean, I guess. Do we really have any other options? Not really. Fildry.
Well, what kind of lock is on this door, Jeremy?
It's another really shitty lock.
It's a real shitty one. Ah,
Bargain bin lock.
I'll say that. It'll just put a thin piece of metal in there, give it a tap with a hammer, and then we'll pop it right out.
Not quietly, but
No, it won't be quiet. No, I can't do this quiet, but I can break it up.
you want to try and do that?
Hey, Fildry!
What is it, Tack?
You can do it!
All right. So, can I use my Tinker's tools to essentially knock this lock
Yeah.
off?
Absolutely, it will be not quiet, but
What sort
also
of
really well.
attribute should I use?
I think this is a strength check.
Strength? Okay.
I think this is a Tinker's Tools strength, right? Because you're trying to.
Bop.
And quiet it is. Shockingly. You.
Pink.
Yep, exactly.
I knew it!
Fildry, that was amazing.
It wasn't amazing. That was a shitty lock.
I
That's
hate
how shitty it was.
terrible craftsmanship.
Right. This is why we're friends, Phillado. All right.
Next to you guys, you just all of a sudden hear just like
What was that?
Tack's eating an apple.
Tack, not now.
Now is not the time.
I eat when I'm nervous.
And you ate an apple, the noisiest fruit.
It's all I had left.
What?
Alright,
Biscuits.
I gave my last biscuit to whatever his name was.
Zablob. All right.
Zablob.
Shush. We're going in.
Going in.
I'm wearing chainmail. I'm not very quiet.
I'm
Oh,
also
I can go
wearing
in.
chainmail.
I can go in first.
I wear it when I bake because things get quite violent.
I'll go in first, guys. It's fine.
All right, Ilaha. Scout her out.
All right, Jeremy, we're going stealth.
All right. Let me just quickly. There's one thing that they forgot to add in this room, so I'm just gonna quickly put it in there. It's kind of important. It's called the light. There's light in this room
Oh, thank God.
because these things don't have dark vision. However, these things also can't see and don't have names.
Alright, let's make sure we put out the lights immediately so they can't see. Attack can't see.
Do you have any bread, maybe?
So you open the door,
No.
and are you still trying to be stealthy? Can you roll me a
Oh,
stealth
yeah.
check?
Ah!
Damn it!
So You go to open the door.
This
and
is
then
what
you
I
just
get
another,
for playing a character that's not me.
You go to open the door quietly, and then another crunch. The door flies open.
I asked for bread.
You stumble forward.
I'm not carrying any bread. I just have flour.
A room.
I know that's impossible.
And what happens here? Why is that light off?
Why is that not emitting light?
There we go.
There it is.
There's a couple torches probably. You
sweet relief.
Immediately see a few things. As you open the door, you see tables and chairs carelessly tossed across the floor. The corpses of a dozen men lie along the wall, their rapiers and daggers lying nearby. On the north side of the area, stairs rise to an open level above. Four short avian creatures with long beaks and black feathers look in surprise from where they're standing, scattered throughout the room. Each wears a hooded cloak and wields a short sword. And one of them, this is Officer Jackson, you're going to have to leave. And let's roll for initiative.
This is Officer Jackson.
Here's an Officer Jackson.
As you have entered the Kenku's lair. I see I made a big mistake.
Did I... Why didn't it go on the thing?
That's fine. I'm gonna fix all of my horrible mistakes here. Were you clicking on your token when you rolled for initiative?
I was.
Yes.
It popped up for a second, and then it disappeared. Where am I? Fildry.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, that's what happened to me earlier.
Alright, so the Kenku...
Why can't I get my...
Alright, I'll go for initiative.
Wait, why am I going to the top?
I don't know. We're gonna fix that right now. Hopefully. Wait a minute, what's going on?
Give that a sword.
Alright, initiative. There we go. Yeah,
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
It's not that bad. It's pretty good. They seem very confused. Just as surprised to see you as you are to see them. Tack, what do you do? There are murdered people just kind of up against the wall.
Are there like, are like the people there like obviously readying like swords or like coming
yeah,
out?
they have still bloody swords in their hands.
Yeah,
I guess dried bloody actually. They're not still.
Tack kind of whispers once again, "You can do it." This time, Ilaha, you are Ilaha. Ilaha Kai. It's hard to pronounce. I'll get it eventually, but Ilaha.
Ialaki.
So you can just call me Ela. It'll be fine.
Ilaha. You're inspired by my.
Oh, great.
You have a D6 inspiration die, but really, it's you're misunderstanding because Tack was talking to himself and believing that he could do it as he runs in and goes to tackle this Kenku.
Oh wow.
Tackle?
Yeah. Well, he's a little reticent about just taking a rapier to a sentient creature.
Okay, yeah, so you walk up to that Kenku and you go and try and tackle him?
I'm just gonna try and tackle him.
Contested strength athletics. I'm gonna roll for the Kenku. Gets a 10. Oh, yeah, you slam into it and it kind of bats you aside with one wing. You land right there. There's a dead man leaned up against the wall right next to you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
He kind of lets out a war cry as he comes in, and that's all I got.
Alrighty. The next Kenku will go. That Kenku is going to call out to the other Kenku. We got a runner, and he's going to move up to here into the darkness somewhat. He's going to take out a short bow and attempt to shoot you, Tack.
Fair enough.
Which I think he's got a pretty clear shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Not enough for cover, I don't think.
No.
Whap, and he fires. Oh, jeez. He shoots you right in your chest.
Tack is no longer worried about. Tack is no longer worried about harming sentient creatures.
Tack is.
Tack's at 1 health. and you just hear immediately, he just runs into the room. Oh, God! That one probably hit me right in the neck. I'm at 1.
All right, Fildry, what's your move?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They I see Tack with an arrow in him. Oi! And then I'm gonna just immediately Warhammer blap.
Alrighty. Ooh.
Blap!
Well, the bright side, you connect. And how much? 12 points?
12 points of damage,
Is that including your +1? Alright, it is.
Is it?
That?
Yeah, it
yes,
should.
It is.
Yeah.
It's looking really bad. You hit it right about in the neck where it looks like Tack was hitting the neck. Almost as though it's also at 1 hit point.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use a bonus action to,
Wow.
Ooh, should I wait until you're dead, though? Probably. That's the metagamer in me. So,
Tack.
Fildry, seeing Tack with an arrow in him, would say, "Oh, no, lad. Here. Oh, cast at first level. Yes. Have 3 hit points.
Better than nothing.
Don't get killed outright."
No guarantees.
Phillado.
1,
In here.
2, 3. I'm gonna run at that guy.
Okay.
And not being able to make it once again, second time tonight, I'm gonna throw a hand axe at him.
The hand axe recovered from the troll.
Wow,
Oh my
this
god!
hand axe.
You and these hand axes.
Does dueling
Alright.
apply to this?
I would say yeah, it's a melee weapon.
Alright, so add 2 to this, so 11.
Alright, he looks really bad, as it's the second creature that you've left with a hand axe sticking out of the side of its head, and it...
Mhm.
And then it makes the sound of a baby crying.
Ew.
Alright, at the end of your turn, Phillado.
Yep.
Alright, the Kenku are gonna go. This Kenku says, "Ah, shit!" And attempts to stab Fildry with a rapier.
Alright.
And... Wah! I'm sorry, a short sword. Not a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Alright, that's all that Kenku do. This Kenku in the back is going to go over to here and take a shot at Fildry on the way with a short bow. That's a 2. The 15 to hit.
Misses.
And will climb over with the rest of its action, or the rest of its movement. Climbing over the barrels. Ilaha!
Alright, well, this is not great. God, there's no way. Here. 1,
They're beating a tactical retreat, abandoning their maimed friend.
2, 3.
Alright, that's difficult terrain because there are corpses on the lined up there.
Okay, that's fine. So I'd probably be able to get to... I started here. Yeah, I could get to there, which is fine.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot this one, as I now have line of sight on him.
Okay. He's got half cover just because of the boxes and stuff he's crouched behind, but not bad. Go ahead and take your shot.
Let's see if I can actually hit someone.
It's armor class. 16 will connect. Go ahead and give that damage. As your Eldritch Blast streaks forth
big,
and
big damage.
hits it in the shoulder. It caws out in pain. It's at the end of your move.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this Kenku looks at you, Phillado, and it doesn't say anything. It keeps crying like a baby. But as it does so, it runs away and then it shoots at you with a short bow.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Beefy hit to a 4 versus your armor class that'll connect for 8 points of piercing damage directly to the chest. Alrighty. Tack.
I'm out of spell slots.
Same. Jack is going to stab
They
this
are
thing with a rapier.
Okay. Oh no. Tack is a swing and a miss.
Tack's very scared right now.
He should be, because I guess this Kenku here is going to go for Fildry again, calling out a, "Take out the one with the sword!" He's gonna shoot a short bow. What? Oh, geez.
5 points.
24 to hit, connects, and yeah, 5 points of piercing damage. You put in the shoulder.
Look at these things are rolling so high.
This is a dangerous fight now, boys. Fildry, it's your move.
Well.
They have a +5. That's gross.
Kenku's gone down.
All right. Yeah, with that hit, that Kenku caws out and crunch is defeated. Is that the end of your move, Fildry?
Alright,
You're charging up to defend Philo?
Yeah, I'm gonna move right over here.
Okay.
My body is a shield.
I'm gonna use my second wind
Oh, good call.
to regain all the health I just took.
Nice. You knew that one. The arrow pops out.
So big at low levels.
Well, am I able to get to here?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'll take the hand axe out of the side of that guy's head and hit him with it.
All right. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
That's
that'll
6
take him
damage. Yeah.
You take the hand. I imagine it's less you take it out of his head, more of you just kind of like slam your arms into the handle of the hand axe, and it just sinks deeper, and that Kenku collapses plain. Is that the end of your move, Phillado?
Yes.
Alrighty. Kenku, he is dead, and this one is not dead. This one, seeing you, Phila, goes. Just screeches out like a bird, and he'll rush towards you with a short sword. Shit! 6 points of piercing.
Yep.
Connects. Ilaha.
Alright, I'm gonna get off this wall.
Yep. Yeah, you step over a body.
Assume I can get to about there.
Yeah, you can get to about there.
Alright.
You see the one Kenku.
Yeah. I'm going to give it the old shoot.
Okay.
Hey.
That'll connect. Hey!
Big
and with
damage.
A blast to the beak, chips of kind of whatever beaks are made of.
Keratin?
Go fly. Yeah, keratin.
Yeah, I believe so.
Scatter throughout the room as it lets out a death caw. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. That Kenku's dead. Tack.
Tack is going to move up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I actually can't see anything, so
Yeah.
I'm going to take the hide action behind the Fildry.
Alright. The last surviving Kenku. Oh, it's not its turn, actually. It's Fildry's turn.
Alright. 5, 10. So can I just... Are these barrels, like,
Yeah.
terrain?
Yeah, you can attack from on top of them, but you have disadvantage.
Or, no, they have a pretty high dex. So,
Yeah, they do.
I'll just disadvantage Warhammer.
Okay.
Ha!
Oh,
How
yeah.
about that?
Sometimes you just go with it. That'll hit. And
6 points.
Minimum
alright, that
damage.
Kenku's looking pretty bad. And Phillado, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna hit him with my battle axe.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna try.
Very frightened. You'll hit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you kill him. Holy moly.
Chop his head off.
Max damage.
And it's just like, he just opens his mouth. And did any of you speak Goblin?
No.
Nope.
Okay. So a goblin phrase is spoken from his mouth, and then he dies. And with that, the Kenku lay slain at your feet in a room full of death.
Tack collapses onto his hands and knees. I've never stabbed anything that could talk before. There's bodies all around. What the? This is because you didn't tip your hat at the guardhouse. We're gonna get in so much trouble for this.
Tack, take it easy, buddy. You did
Butters.
good.
You want me to look at the
No.
wall?
Tack,
Now,
breathe.
calm yourself.
Why don't you
Breathe.
smoke- Why don't you smoke some more of that pipe?
No. Do not smoke more of the pipe. It'll only make you more anxious. Okay? What
Tack
you need to do...
Tack
see
takes out
this
one of his
Kenku
apples.
begins to crawl.
Oh, I shoot it.
No,
So
stop!
You just shoot him?
I mean,
Okay.
I missed.
Yeah, you have advantage. He's just kind of
Oh,
maimed.
right.
He's in his
He-
death throes.
But he
I
is
still
prone.
missed.
I'm gonna say, oh, hey, Ilaha, wait. All right, and I'm gonna stand over this thing with my hammer. Just, you're gonna tell me everything you know.
You hear this like strange, kind of orcish voice. Xanathar sends his regard. That's all the creature says. It's just lying on the ground, trying to pull itself away from you.
Kill it. Just kill
Yeah,
it.
I execute it.
All right, it's
Just
Oh,
with the
time
battle
for
action.
a second dead symbol. It's super dead.
All right. Well,
I'm-
we could
I'm
have
gonna
turned
search his
him over
body
to the
for
guard.
Tack resists the urge to vom.
Okay,
Jeremy, I'm gonna loot it.
you're gonna loot the Kenku.
Damn
All right,
right.
they have short swords that are covered in blood,
That's
Probably,
it.
Who are you
uh,
people?
Yeah.
irreparably stained.
I
Tack,
will leave it.
do you know what an adventurer is?
This is what-
monsters, and they make gold, and
These-
people tell great tales of them.
Well, Tack.
Yeah.
That's what we've
These-
just done.
This is what adventurers do. All right. Let's make sure that Floon isn't one of these corpses.
Mm.
And
Agreed.
As you're saying that, right? You hear a sound coming from like back here.
all right, there was
bolt
more
to
of
it.
them.
I'll head back. I'll head toward the sound.
All right, Tack,
Okay.
take cover if you need.
Battle axe at the ready.
Yeah,
Take the
as-
torch. Take the torch,
Yeah.
Flan.
Yeah. I'll
As
take
you
the
move
torch.
up, you see like a closet door, and you hear like a huddled whisper almost from behind it. Can you roll me a religion check, Phillado?
I have
There it
the
is.
pommel of my sword pointed at that door, ready to just shoot it.
Whoever is behind the door is speaking in common, and they are having hushed whispers to probably Tamora. They're worshiping some sort of like, not like worshiping, but like prayers, like, please, Lady of Luck, please, Lady of Luck, do not let this be more of them, something like that.
I get close to there. I'm like, I'm opening the door. Don't attack if you know what's good for you.
You hear the voice just suddenly quiet.
I open the door.
Okay.
Well,
What? You open the door, and you see a man wearing very fine, one would say princely garbs, with flowing
Is
red
it your
hair
boy?
and a chiseled face. And no, this person looks a little more. The only difference that you think from this description is this person looks slightly more competent than the person who was described to you. And the person he looks at you, sees you covered in blood. You here to take me then?
are you never Ember or are you Floon?
Do you know what happened to Floon?
I'm looking for Floon.
He kind of stands up and, may I come out, or are you taking me now?
Taking
I
you
am
where?
Rhaenyra Neverember.
Well, come out.
He cautiously comes out, and he looks like
All right,
very
boys, get.
pale in the face.
I just say, all right, boys, get him.
He
Hey,
winces,
wait.
but like doesn't
I chuckle at
doesn't
it.
cower.
I chuckle.
I'm just pulling your leg. Adventure jokes. Wow, I feel great after taking out a bit of my
He looks over.
stress, anger, I don't know.
Oh, you've dealt with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us, Neverember, what have you gotten Boone into?
You're right. It's all my fault.
Damn right, I'm right.
I never remember taking responsibility. What is this?
I am not my father. He looks at you with a determination. I am nothing like.
All right, good. It's a good start.
So tell us,
I'm
Neverember.
Tack, by the way.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been trapped in there for the better part of a day.
We don't
If
have
any
time
water?
for you to.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he takes the water greedily and kind of drinks some down. Thank you. I met Floon. Well, I've known Floon for a while. I saw him just yesterday. We're down at the
Skewered dragon.
dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon, yes, we know all about that.
You left her in the night. What happened?
Well, it was. I don't know. When I came in, it was just him alone. I figured I'd have a few drinks. He told me his friend had left. He was very drunk. He had way too much to drink. And
So
when he
wait,
said he
wait.
was heading out, I told him, well, I'll
You-
help him get home. We were jumped just off Zest. 5 thugs. They're, and he kind of gestures with his chin to the other side of the room, where the bodies are lined up on the wall. They're there.
Huh.
The Kanku, I don't know. They attacked us. Well, not us, them. In the night, I don't know what it's about. I
They were.
managed to get into here during all the chaos. The Zentarum, I think that they must have been the Zentarum. They were going to take me. I don't know. But Floon was unconscious at the time. I think whoever the bird people were, some of them left, and they took him. They took Floon with them. They must have thought he was me. I don't know. The Zentarum didn't know who was who. They're trying to figure.
All right.
Why are the Zentarum after you?
I don't know. It's something about my father.
He's the son of the former open lord of Waterdeep.
Yeah, but that sounds.
Everyone knew they had money.
His face kind of rise up in disgust. Yes. Specific kind of money.
Yeah,
My
that
father,
Centaurum kind of money.
he embezzled a small fortune before he was taken out. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Where most of it is question. They thought I'd have some idea. I hadn't talked to him in years even before.
Well,
What were the two of you even doing at that tavern? You could afford to drink anywhere, rich folk like you.
I was. Sometimes it's not where you can afford to drink. It's where people.
where do you
leave
feel
alone.
like drinking?
No, it's
It's where you can hide.
Well, that red hair, Sonny, you're never gonna hide
Yeah,
anywhere.
sure.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to say, buddy, but you ain't hiding nowhere.
Get yourself a nut. Eli, don't you have a new black cloak?
That I do. You might be in need of it.
Have we heard his first name yet?
you haven't asked,
Yeah.
and he hadn't said anything. It looks like he seems like he's assumed you know who he is.
It's Rainier, right?
Didn't
Yeah,
Fildry
Rainier.
say you must be Rainier? Neverember?
Oh yeah, I think so. That's probably yeah. So his name is Rainier and Neverember.
Reneer.
Renenaer. Ren Air.
Okay, great.
Renair.
But yeah, he looks at you all and he's just. Well, thank you for getting me out of here.
How about this, Rainia? You take this cloak here and get out of harm's way.
No, hold on. We're going to the yawning portal with you. You're gonna talk with Volo. You're gonna tell him the last thing you did was see his friend alive. All right. And from there, well.
No. I need to go after Floon.
All right.
I heard the birds talking.
Do you have any?
All they do is repeat the same things. Yeah, they said it over and over for hours after they took him out.
Way to go.
Left. It's, I don't know, somewhere. And he's like getting kind of out of it. Like, you can tell he's losing it a little bit.
Hey, Rainia. We need you here so we can save Flu.
Yeah.
Right.
Volo himself sent us. Alright.
A sewer opening. Not so far away, I think. It must have been nearby. I don't know. They smelled like sewage when they got in here.
I hand him an apple and say, "Need the sugar?
Oh, he goes at the apple.
It'll make your mind clearer."
Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry. And he's like rubbing his forehead. I just don't know what to do. We need to get Floon back. I can't. I don't know how I'd live with myself if something.
Well, Rainia, we can take care of that part.
It really seems like this apple is far from the tree.
You don't seem much up to the excursion.
And Tack, just the stressed, relieving laugh of someone who's just seen way too much in a day and is really tired.
All right.
There we go.
Point, I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh.
Amazing.
Hey, how about it?
Since we're back at initiative, I had said before, but it seemed like we were done, so I didn't press it. I was bringing that torch with me.
Sure.
Can you give me control?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know how to give you control. Oh, there we go. Everyone can control it.
Wonderful.
Cool. So you got the torch. Everything seems fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
When do we die?
I had to write over my initiative, even though I rolled it while clicking my character.
I don't know what's going on.
Right now. Nice. Okay, the torch has initiative.
The torch, roll the 12. Classic.
So this is a surprise round, because I don't think any of you quite see this coming. The big crate doors down toward the bottom explode in, and there's a clatter of armor and other kind of chaos, and footsteps as a huge slew of soldiers charge in.
Is it the army?
Yeah. Get down, everybody! Put your head where I can see them.
All right, drop.
I immediately comply. Immediately
comply.
comply.
All right.
Get
in a
down
short
and
time,
also put my hands where they can see them.
Yeah, in a short time, you are swarmed with guardsmen. Yeah, that's all that happens. You guys are taken in, not to custody, but you're questioned by the guards. What do you tell them?
Exactly what happened.
You tell them everything you know.
No.
Why were you here?
Yeah. All right.
Are we questioned as a group?
As a group or individually?
Yeah, you're questioned as a group. He sees Rainier Neverember, and Rainier says, "It's so right. They rescued me from this Kenku. They didn't." And he just looks. Rainier, of course, my lord. Kind of nods. The nobility having some sort of sway. Obviously, you're not going to get in any trouble for this, seemingly. But there's talks of gang violence. I hate this. I'm just trying to clean up the street and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they ask you like what happened. What do you know?
We tell them that we found all these dead bodies here.
You found them all here.
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were looking for a we were looking for a friend of ours, and we were told this is where he'd be, and we
he might be, you know.
You know,
the guard.
We open the door. Next thing you know, there's a pile of bodies against the wall. There's a bunch of these bird people with blood on their swords. So,
yeah, the guards have started turning the place
hostile.
over, looking for all sorts of stuff. And the guard captain comes to you and says, "Yes, my name is Sergeant Heistus. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Heistus Staggett. That's my name, Sergeant Heistus Staggett. That's what I meant to. I'm the guard captain, the dock ward.
All right, Captain.
Look, I know you're trying to help friends here. Keep in mind, while you're in the dock ward, you're under my supervision. I'd keep your nose out of, well, the guards.
That is understood, sir. You know, we were just doing our own.
Citizens getting caught up.
Is Officer Golden there, perchance?
No, he's not. There seems to be a different dispatch.
We understand that, Sergeant. We got caught up in a situation where we were obviously not expecting to be, and you know, we had to act out of self-defense.
Yes, I understand. Don't go poking your noses where they don't need to be. He kind of like looks back and forth, like making sure none of the other officers are quite too nearby. When, if you do get caught up in anything, keep the blood off the street.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, you got it.
Looks to Rainier. Yeah, would you like an escort home? Rainier looks toward you all and says, would you like me to come with you to find Flynn?
Escort this man home.
Kind of nods, and he gives you an address and says, if you need anything. I'm not quite as powerful as my father. I have some...
Yeah, we'll take it.
Mm.
Yep,
I'm not feeling my best. If we're going right now, not getting a lick of sleep. Ugh.
Yeah, Rainier goes to take off. He gets... keep the blood off the street.
The sewers are not the streets.
Yeah. Rainier leaves.
It's true.
Although if we ate the blood, that would keep it off the streets.
It's true.
We baked it into our bread.
Oh, I'll bake it.
Oh, Jesus.
Where do you think all my murder victims go?
A dispatch of 4 veterans bringing him home, presumably. Or they're going to murder him. Probably not.
I doubt it.
But yeah, you guys are all here. You're told to leave. Like, get out.
Yeah. Official guard business. Yeah. I heard it all before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking to get put in the lockup today.
Yeah.
My name's Tack, by the way.
He writes it down.
All right, Tack. Oh, goodness.
Tack, where do you live? Actually, speaking of which, where can we find you?
I live on Spice Street.
Yeah, he gets all your like addresses and stuff. Which
Oh boy, I wasn't ready for this.
I assume for most of you, like you live in like a tenement building somewhere. Owning a home in Waterdeep is.
I live above the bakery I work in.
So you live in like a guild house area.
Can I give him the address of like a not so popular business that's not actually where I live?
You want to lie to him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so this is something I needed to have open, and I've got it here just in case. I'm just gonna...
Do I have a copy of the map here?
Yeah,
do you have a copy of...
I'm just gonna put the code legal up real quick. And I just wanna read one in particular.
All right, where is this?
Wait, just a second. Which is... Where is... obstruction of justice? I know it's in there. It's probably crimes against citizens, huh?
Burglary, damaging property, Murdering, robbery, slavery, magic.
There's nothing about this.
Well, it definitely is illegal.
Hampering justice
Hampering justice. Thanks.
under crime
there
against
it
the
is.
city.
A fine of 200 gold piece and hard labor for up to 10 days. So I'm just
To
a
a 10-day.
Up to a 10. So just keep that in mind. Additionally, all of you are now guilty of murder of a citizen with justification. But it seems Rainer's good word has gotten you off on that.
I forgot about that.
So
all right, maybe I won't lie to him. All right,
you can. I do not want to.
I understand that. I understand
I'm just putting it out. There is potentially a consequence. He might not care. Like, who knows?
I mean, I'll just tell him I live
he also
on
might
that.
Never find out.
Like, so Jeremy, on like the actual outskirts of town, right?
Yes.
Like this looks like almost farm area.
Yeah.
Can I just like give him there.
Oh, out in the
what, an Undercliff?
Map of Waterdeep, really quick. Yeah, there are a couple different places that are outside.
I was trying to zoom into the name, but I couldn't on the handout that we have.
Yeah, on the handout you can't zoom in far at all.
So Undercliff is over there. Undercliff, that'd be real weird if you lived in Undercliff.
Yeah, I'm not.
Amends Farm is right there. That's where you do your hard labor. You work at the farm.
Yeah.
To make amends. That's the name. And there's the Field Ward, which this does not count as part of the city. It's kind of like Puerto Rico, where it pays taxes and it does all that stuff, but the government does not do anything for it. There are no city watch there.
Okay.
It's like, it's definitely an incredible, it's underprivileged and not treated the way it's
I'll tell him I live over here on like Chop Street.
Okay, he doesn't write it down.
All right.
He just does not even bother to write it down.
Yep.
Okay. That's all. All right, cool. So, I guess while we're at it, yeah, you guys apparently have a lead as to where you may want to check next. You're pushed out of the building as the guards begin their work. Do you go looking for this sewer pipe, or what's your plan?
Immediately as we step onto the street, I take back my hat out of my bag, which I had previously taken out before Helm's Hall. You always tip your hat before you walk in front of a place of I literally said this exact thing would happen.
Wait, everything worked out fine, Tack.
All right.
Tack, I don't see the trouble here.
Next time, please, just a hat and a gentle. That's all. That's all I have to say on that subject.
I don't own hats. Tack, do you know how hard it is to get a hat that fits Horn?
It doesn't matter.
You're being very insensitive right now.
It doesn't matter if it fits. It's just, I don't actually wear hats either. I just take it out and put it. See, it doesn't fit my head. This human-sized hat.
The wind is biting and cold.
All right.
Jeremy, if I could ask a meta question, do we have time to go there?
Unrelated. I think we're going to be leaving off in a moment anyway. It's just a matter of...
This seems like a good idea to
so we'll just say
we can plan to go there next section.
Yeah, and we'll leave off as you head down the road a little bit, and you find a very obvious sewer pipe, and it's obvious it's an entrance, like a manhole, as the snow seems to be melted all on top of the actual iron plate. Probably from the heat beneath. There's little bits of like horrible smelling steam kind of pouring out of tiny little holes. And you look at it, painted in a circle on the top of the sewer pipe is a strange symbol. Looks like a sun. A circle with 10 spokes coming out at even intervals.
Da, da, da.
Huh.
And with that...
Xanathar senses.
Anyway, but yeah, with that, our adventure comes to an end for thee. You have your next lead as to where you may want to go to find Floon. Perhaps you go and take a rest before going. Who knows? We'll find
come back
out.
to my house.
Sure.
So yeah, Pete, you're the only one with a house on Spike. Everyone else lives in like a shitty tenement or like a guild-owned building or like at the Yawning Portal. You actually have a home. It just sucks.
Yeah, a house is in like air
I do
quotes.
frequently reside.
It's one room.
Yeah, a lot of people do, Kyle, especially for folks like maybe your character's seasonal for Waterdeep. But anywho, thanks for playing tonight, everyone. That was pretty good. You got
running
about as far as I expected, which not too bad. I was kind of concerned about the next segment. I'm glad that we have. I wasn't kidding, but
we're gonna die.
I'm glad we're starting the next session.
Guys, none of us dropped to 0 hit points.
Woo!
And no one's dead.
Oh yeah, I only got down to 1.
Not bad, folks.
Nobody dropped to 0. Nobody had to make death saving throws. Great session.
I've got some good news for you guys.
We're
You're all level 1. You're not level 2 yet.
Nice.
Oh.
Let's go.
Still time to die.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, guys. The next session is going to be the opportunity. I'll give it to you. I'll put it out on a silver platter.
I mean,
you
kind of
did.
did.
Take it. No, Kyle, you don't understand. I will put this opportunity for death out on a silver platter, and I will give you the opportunity to run toward it with open arms. However, we'll talk about that next week, or well, 2 weeks from now. Our next session is, just going to say this right at the beginning, the 3rd of February. So keep your eyes and ears open. Updates will be posted, of course, on our Discord server if there are any changes to the schedule. So yeah, of course, thank you guys for playing. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I do have one question for you all. Has your favorite citrus fruit changed as a result of these experiences we've had together?
It's certainly not apples anymore.
Kyle? That's not a... I guess, yeah.
Apples are not a citrus.
They are
No.
not
I
a
mean,
definition of
I would not...
citrus.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
can be acidic, but...
All right, fine.
Well, Kyle, has yours changed?
No, it's still blood orange.
James?
No. Still lime. I'm
right.
telling you right now, there's nothing better than a
Crowley,
lime Ricky.
Do you have a new appreciation for citrus fruit?
I mean, do ketchup and or pizza count as a citrus fruit?
Yep.
Yeah, all right, those two. 2 favorite fruits. I think didn't Congress define pizza as a fruit or something?
A vegetable.
A vegetable.
Pizza counts as a serving of vegetables because of the tomato sauce, and
But tomatoes are fruits.
You can serve exactly, and that's the U.S. legal system for you.
Hot dogs aren't sandwiches.
And Pete?
Hot dogs are a sandwich.
Not a sandwich.
I want to say
According to the government, not a sandwich.
I wanted to say something funny, but
yeah.
Limes are still my favorite citrus. I can't lie here to the stream.
That's good.
What was the funny thing you would have said that's a lie?
I don't know. Just change it. would have been kind of funny if I'd said like, no, oranges now. That would have been like a little bit funny.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Just a little. Anywho, thank you everyone for watching. I had a lot of fun. How about you guys?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm
excited for this game.
Right?
There was some great chat early on where it's like, man, I'm really interested when this plot's going to start back up. And then Bionic Shiba was saying, yeah, there's like 8 different plots that we've seen so far. And I think since that time, we've added a couple more on. So I don't know about you guys, but at this point,
there's so many options.
What is this adventure? Well, we'll find out.
Someone just followed.
It's an adventure to find a guy named Floon.
Oh, thank you for the follow, my friend.
Thank you, Wished101.
Floon's a dragon, and we gotta heist him.
Yeah, you guys gotta heist a dragon. Floon's a dragon. All right.
Anyway,
that is all for the evening. A quick couple of announcements for general this stream D&D time stuff. Thank you for the sub, Bunny. We appreciate your support. What was I saying?
So
right.
much.
Our general announcements next Tuesday?
Yep. On Tuesday, tune in to something. It might be D&D Time Worlds. It might be a new stream called D&D Time Beats, or it's gonna be something. But I'm gonna be streaming on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing something fun. So come in and hang out.
Yeah, and then of course on Wednesday, Pete and I will be doing D&D Time Talks, where we talk about something we haven't decided yet, but I don't know. It'll be a thing. Maybe we'll talk about open intros to adventures. The open adventure, your first adventure hook. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. What else? Of course,
and then
Friday.
D&D Time on Friday.
Yeah, Friday's Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. Gonna be awesome. I'm super excited. No Legend Tier game this week. Maybe the week after.
It might be the
excited.
Legend Tier game. Well, then after that, that's far enough away that we don't need to announce it.
If you're looking for more information on our schedule, weekly updates can be found on our Discord server. You can find links below, or you can check our website, dndtime.stream, where there'll be all sorts of D&D Time news and some other awesome information about what we do here and how to play with us in our Friday game.
Absolutely.
Anywho, thank you all for watching Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We hope you enjoyed it. I am Jeremy.
And he's Jeremy.
Okay, I guess you were all going to do your names, but I guess not. All right, and this is Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
I think I was in sync with myself. All right, goodbye.